Fans throughout the Midwest and even more around the world, this is the Show Me Sports Network. The following is an exclusive broadcast property presentation of the Show Me Sports Network and is a high-fidelity, all-digital broadcast. This broadcast is copyright by the Show Me Sports Network for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this broadcast without the Show Me Sports Network's written consent is prohibited.
Broadcast crew is ready in the Doc and Norm Direct broadcast booth. Exclusive pregame coverage of Jefferson City Renegades baseball is brought to you by Animal Medical Center of Jefferson City, Avon with Michelle Carty, Boone County Journal, Centurion Cares, Christopher Scott, Farmers Insurance, Doc and Norm Direct, Eddie Goodell Society, Han Custom Laser Engraving, LLC, Hoslog Landscaping and Design, Last Sentinel Firearms, Retrieving Freedom, River Oak Christian Academy, Sawdust Studios, State Tech of Missouri, and Walk Off Wood Bat Company. The excitement is building in the stands, and the tension is rising in the dugout as first pitch is just around the corner. You're listening to exclusive coverage of Jefferson City Renegades baseball on the Renegades Radio Network and the Show Me Sports Network. Now let's go live to the field to the Doc and Norm Direct broadcast booth.
Renegades looking to snap a skid. They're on the losing end of now 5 straight, and their last win came last Thursday against Chillicothe. Will tonight be the night they snap that skid? We'll have the coverage all night for you as we wait to find out in a game here in Sedalia between the Renegades and the Bombers that has been delayed, but it looks like we're just a few minutes away from first pitch. So welcome in, everyone. Hope you're enjoying your Wednesday evening. Thanks for spending it with us on the Show Me Sports Network. Ben Schmidt, Bryce Creasel bring you tonight's coverage for the second straight night. And Bryce, even though the Renegades lost 9-8, I think there were some good takeaways on a positive note. Number one is how well Cole Wagner played in a relief role. Asked to do a whole lot. He went 3 innings, and he's a real big weapon, I think, for this bullpen now moving forward.
Absolutely. Such a surprise for the end of the season. And while last night there was a few bright spots, I think he shined the brightest in coming out of the bullpen and being a huge piece.
Well, Wagner pitched 3 innings, gave up 2 hits and no runs. And for the Renegades lost in 12 innings. If not for Wagner's efforts, who knows how many bullpen arms the Renegades would have had to use. A bullpen that really doesn't have a whole lot of arms to begin with because they're in the middle of a stretch of 12 games in 11 days. And as they've reached the end with more arms hurt and other guys not being around, it's been tough. But Renegades are going to have to keep powering through that. Some bright spots on the offense last night. Adonis Forte had a couple base hits. He had a double and a triple. Andrew Imgarn had a 3-run home run, his first of the season. Also drove in 2 more with a single in the 7th inning. Jack Matashek scored a run, reached once, and at the bottom of the order, Colby Ott, and then especially Taylor Hopkins continuing to get it done. Hopkins from the 9th spot reached 3 times last night and scored 2 runs.
Absolutely. There was definitely some bright spots. Tommy Reether, my apologies, his first at bat with the team this year, striped a ball in the center field, and I look for him batting tonight in the 4th spot to bring that same slash hitting, I would call it. I don't know if there's much power in that bat, but the slash hitting to get this offense started.
So to set to the stage now for this evening, the Renegades sit at 15-22, the Bombers at 19-20. Bombers are in 2nd in the South Division currently, the Renegades in 3rd. And the Renegades had a chance to clinch a playoff spot last night. With a win, they would have knocked Nevada out and set their sights playoff bound, but they were not able to do that. And we do not believe that they're able to do it tonight because Renegades, if they win and have Nevada lose tonight, they would move to 3 games up with 3 to play. But the Renegades and the Griffins split an even 4-4 record against each other on the season, and so we'd have to wait to figure out what the next tiebreaker would be. So we'll be a little bit of scoreboard watching tonight as the Nevada Griffins are taking on the Carroll Merchants. Not an easy task for them, as the Renegades know they did not fare well against Carroll. But Renegades, looking to get off the schneid, and if they lose this game tonight and Nevada wins, just a 1-game difference with 3 to play, it really is a lot more nerve-wracking than I'm sure anyone with the Renegades thought that this last week was going to be.
Absolutely. I feel a sense of urgency with the club right now. I think they know the stakes and know that, like you said, they need to stop the skid. A win tonight in Sedalia would be great, and also maybe give some confidence for the hopeful, what looks to be first-round playoff matchup versus these 2 clubs on Monday.
Yeah, like you mentioned, Joplin has a pretty good stronghold on the number 1 seed in the South Division, and if they end up clinching that, they will have a bye through the wild card round and then host the divisional round, which would leave these two teams, the Bombers and the Renegades. If the Renegades can clinch, that's a big if, to play here at this ballpark next Monday evening after an off day Sunday. And as you mentioned, could maybe mean some confidence. The Renegades have played the Bombers well this season overall. Last time they met was last Friday, the 15th. The Renegades lost 4-3, but the Renegades have won in this ballpark so far this season. They had a 6-5 win. I believe they had another win against Sedalia at home. Overall, a team that they have played close, though, so we'll see if they can do it again tonight. Once again, this game is delayed or expected to start right around 7:15, although it's 7:10, and we haven't even started lineup introduction, so that doesn't leave me with a whole lot of hope. Pretty good turnout here at Day Field as the Renegades are playing their 18th away game of the season. All the players look ready to go. Maybe it was an umpire issue because we were never giving a reason, but considering it's 5 minutes to first pitch and I don't see any umpires, I would have to guess that's why. And as we sat through 4 hours of baseball last night, I think you and I are just ready to get things going here this evening.
Absolutely. I'm ready to see what the Renegades got tonight. I always talk about fast starts, but tonight, you know, we got off to a fast start last night. So tonight, I'm just looking for consistency, especially with the bats in the lineup. Some hot and cold stretches from what I've seen these past couple of weeks, and it hasn't resulted in wins. So just some consistent, put the ball in play, and try to scratch some runs across to beat the Bombers tonight.
Well, the Renegades are going to need their starting pitcher, Drew Voss, to work deep into this ball game because their bullpen has been used a lot lately, having to play at least 12 innings twice in the last couple of days. So their arms are kind of shot, and that's kind of why we saw Andrew Imgarden have to pitch the final inning last night. Otherwise, Renegades just didn't really have a whole lot of other players to use after Wagner had went 3 innings. You're not going to ask your starting left fielder to go much longer than that, considering he had made 2 previous pitching appearances, as both teams continue to throw on each baseline, but still nothing in terms of umpires or meeting at the home plate area. So I don't even think at this rate we're getting started at 7:15, and I'm just going to make an executive decision that we will take a quick break. We'll come back in just a moment for lineups and hopefully a little bit closer to first pitch. You're listening to Renegades pregame here on the Show Me Sports Network. We'll be right back.
Throughout the course of any game, different actions stand out to different people. But everyone remembers a walk-off, especially if it's a walk-off wood bat. Handcrafted right here in Missouri, Walk-Off Wood Bat Company bats are made with premium-grade maple, ash, and birch, fully customizable to make it truly yours. From the length and weight to the barrel and handle color, you're able to customize every feature of your wood bat, including personalized engraving with a 45-day warranty. In addition to selling custom handcrafted bats, they also offer a selection of bat accessories, including lizard skin bat grips and batting gloves. To help find your confidence at the plate, give Walk-Off Wood Bat Company a call at 816-261-1014 or visit wowbats.com.
Hello, Blake Gazaway here with the Show Me Sports Network. I've had the opportunity to have some amazing calls, including overtime touchdowns, walk-off home runs, and buzzer-beating baskets. But I've answered another call. That's to serve my community as a volunteer firefighter. Stop and think what would happen if your home or property caught fire and no one was there to put it out. Every day, volunteer firefighters not only save lives and property, but also respond to other emergencies. Nearly 2/3 of our nation's fire departments are manned by volunteer firefighters. And because of this, we simply need more volunteers to step up and answer the call. Stop by or contact your local fire department and see how you can become a volunteer firefighter today. I answered the call to serve my community. Will you?
We are State Tech. We are hands-on education. When you choose the #1 two-year college in the country, you know you will be ready for your career. That's why at State Tech we say, from the classroom to your career, we are the employer's choice. We are State Tech.
Ben Schmidt, Bryce Kriesel back with you on the Show Me Sports Network Renegades pregame show. Once again, I hope everyone is enjoying their Wednesday evenings here on this July the 20th. Renegades in the home stretch of their regular season. Just a couple more games before a hopeful playoff appearance for the Renegades, but it will take a couple good games of baseball for Jefferson City if they want to clinch that spot, leading the final wild card spot by just 3 games are the Renegades. Just 2 games are the Renegades with 4 to play, including tonight. Nevada taking on Carroll, so we'll have to do a little bit of scoreboard watching there because the Griffins are the team that is directly behind the Renegades in the standings. Still no signs of umpires here at Day Field, as I don't think we're going to get this game underway at 7:15 like we thought a couple of minutes ago. As we'll just have to sit tight and hope that they arrive here shortly. Both teams kind of just huddled up around their dugouts. Some players I don't even think have their jerseys on yet, which tells you about all you need to know about how close this game is to getting started. Renegades looking to improve to 16-22. They were as good as 15-17 about a week ago before this skid really started. Last Thursday was the last time they took a win, and since have lost 4-3 to Sedalia, 11-3 to St. Joe, 5-4 to Joplin, 7-6 to Nevada, and then 9-8 to Nevada once again. So 4 out of the 5 losses have been by a run, and then the other was above. But just a team right now that just can't get over the hump, especially closing out games.
No, and got to stop the slide. And the funny thing is they haven't been playing bad baseball. Not a lot of errors or whatnot. Just can't seem to close out games here. As a couple extra inning losses against Joplin and then Nevada last night seems to be the problem. So I think end of the season, bullpen arms running out. I think it's starting to catch up with the Renegades, but hopefully they can figure it out with some new arms in here tonight.
Well, let's preview tonight's starting pitchers. Taking mound for the Renegades will be the right-hander Drew Voss. Last saw him in the game against the JC Legends. He pitched and then actually played right field, and that was the last time we saw him on a mound for the Renegades. Bryce, you want to give us a little bit of breakdown on the right-hander tonight for Jefferson City?
Absolutely. Drew Voss has 3 Mink League appearances, has only pitched 4 innings with a 6.75 ERA, so I'm sure Coach Mike and the Renegades tonight are hoping Voss can go a little bit deeper into this game to try to save some bullpen arms, and I'm sure Voss is looking forward to go deep into a game and really help out this Renegade squad.
Well, looks like we've got one home plate umpire emerged from the dugout. Don't know where the field umpire is, just one so far. Usually both meet at home plate with both head coaches. Hopefully that happens here in just a moment. Both Sedalia head coach and now Renegades coach Mike D'Amelia have emerged from the dugout to meet with the one umpire that we have, and hoping that we're going to see another one emerge in just a moment, as we're already 16 minutes behind scheduled first pitch, and time's ticking as the longer we wait to get this thing underway. Renegades and the Bombers here at Day Field is some interdivision play. This will be the last time that the two teams face off, as the Renegades will then have Joplin twice in a row at home tomorrow and Friday, and then wrap up the season on the road with Chillicothe on the road. And as I think we're finally ready, just about to get things going, let's give you the starting lineups for Renegades and Bombers. For the visiting Renegades, here's how Coach D'Amelia will line them up. Jack Matashek will lead off for the Renegades. New spot for him. We've seen him most often this season hitting third or fourth, but tonight he's in leadoff spot. Cole Wagner last night pitched and DH. He's hitting second once again for the Renegades. Andrew Imgarden last night, one of the big bats for the Renegades, had 5 runs batted in and a 3-run home run. He's at third base batting third tonight. Tommy Reether made his Renegades debut last night with a double in his first at-bat. He hits cleanup and plays center field. Carter Growing, the first baseman for the Renegades, is hitting fifth. Caden Deal, new addition to this Renegades roster, is in right field hitting sixth, followed by Colby Otts, the second baseman for the Renegades, batting seventh. Joe Herschler is behind the dish hitting eighth, followed by Taylor Hopkins in the number 9 spot. And like we mentioned, Drew Voss is on the mound. I want to get a little bit of a preview to Caden Deal, who's in the number 6 spot in right field. He's 5'10", 170 pounds, sophomore at Northwest Missouri State. Hails from O'Fallon, Missouri, so we'll see how he does tonight in his Renegades debut. One more time to the order: Matashek, Wagner, Imgarden, Reether, Gorling, Deal, Ott, Herschler, and Hopkins. Bryce, one player looking forward to tonight, I believe your pick to click last night was Matashek. Who are you looking towards this evening?
Tommy Reether. I loved his first at-bat last night, and I think second game got a lot of at-bats under his belt. I think 5 last night in the extra inning game, so I think he'll be ready to go and ready to help this Renegade squad out.
Well, now let's go to the home Sedalia Bombers, just a moment away from taking the field, as it looks like we've got lineup introductions. And the way we're going, we may just be rolling with one umpire, because it looks like we're about ready to go, and there still is no sign of a second umpire to take the field. Maybe we'll see a coach do it. I believe that that's a possibility as well. But right now it looks like just one umpire, as the Renegades have just finished their introductions there on the first base side. Now let's go to the Bombers. Anthony Hansen will lead off and play center field for Sedalia. Caden Williams, pitcher and second baseman, hits second tonight. Not pitching tonight, but we've seen him pitch against the Renegades this season. Jake Baker is the third baseman, batting third, followed by Braden McGinnis at third base in the cleanup spot. Zach Dillman, a home run derby participant, is in the 5 spot in the order in right field tonight, followed by Riley Polton behind the dish hitting 6th. Nick Schmidt is in left field, followed by Cade Shoup in the DH hitting 7th and 8th. Adam Webb is the shortstop, batting ninth, followed by Harrison. And Menace is on the mound tonight for the Sedalia Bombers, just seconds away from taking the field for some warm-up pitches. Bryce, let's hear a little bit about tonight's starter for the Bombers and Menace.
Absolutely. Jimenez posting a 5.61 ERA, 6 appearances, 25.2 innings pitched. So the complete opposite from Voss as far as going deep into the game. So I would assume, according to Jimenez's numbers, that we're going to see him at least pitch 4 to 5 tonight if he's got his stuff.
Ben Schmitz, along with Bryce Kriesel, just about ready to go. A few minutes late. Looks like we're going to be out 25 minutes behind for first pitch. It's a warm night here at Day Field. Sun off to our left, pointing right in our faces. We'll see how it impacts the batters. Don't think it should have a huge impact, but regardless, we're just about ready to go. Bombers are taking the field wearing their black uniforms with white pants. I have to say, I kind of like the Bombers color scheme. They've got some good jerseys tonight. And for the Renegades, they're wearing their yellow alternates with the white pinstripes and the blue across the back and shoulders. They've got that going with gray pants. A couple of Renegades players wearing the high blue socks. Gorling's got the stirrups on like he has for most of the season. So that's your uniform matchup tonight. I've given you about all the details that I can about this matchup. And with that, it looks like we're just about time to play some baseball. National anthem coming at the ballpark, so we're going to step aside for just a moment. We'll be right back for Renegades versus Bombers on the Show Me Sports Network.
Creating custom, handcrafted woodworking projects has never been easier. Become a member of Sawdust Studios and enjoy 24/7 access to a woodworker's paradise. Outfit with industry-leading professional-grade tools, Sawdust Studios offers endless woodworking possibilities. Don't have woodworking experience? No problem, as Sawdust Studios offers affordable classes from a community of woodworkers, experienced designers, and master craftsmen. Youth classes are also offered for those junior woodworkers. For more information, search Sawdust Studios on Facebook or find them online at sawdust247.com. Sawdust Studios, your community woodshop.
River Oak Christian Academy has been providing a strong biblical foundation and academic excellence within a Christian environment to students for more than 16 years. Located in Jefferson City, River Oak Christian Academy offers kinder prep through 7th grade with 8th grade to be added in the 2023-2024 school year. River Oak Christian Academy's primary goal is the discipleship of the next generation to impact the world for Christ. Average class sizes are just 16 students with a student body composed of families from over 30 area churches. Kinder prep offerings include 3 and 5 full-day sessions, with kindergarten offering a half-day and full-day programs. To find out more about River Oak Christian Academy, call them at 573-634-3983.
Hi, I'm retired Army Sergeant Trent Dirks, and I want to tell you about an organization that saved and changed my life forever. Retrieving Freedom provides highly trained service dogs to veterans with disabilities and children with autism, absolutely free of charge, thanks to the generous donations and support from people just like you. Experts from Retrieving Freedom help throughout the entire process, from fostering programs through service dog placement. Retrieving Freedom gave me the skilled service dog Tracer, who has been my best friend and my lifeline. To find out more about how you can get involved, volunteer, foster, or to donate, visit their website, retrievingfreedom.org. Retrieving Freedom, changing lives through the training and placement of service dogs for veterans with disabilities and children with autism.
Last Sentinel Firearms is your federally licensed and registered Type 7 FFL manufacturer dealer in Missouri, providing quality products to all types of sports enthusiasts, law enforcement, and individuals across the nation. Orders are currently being fulfilled, offering custom-built pistols and rifles from the AR platform made right here in Missouri. Visit their website at lastsentinelfirearms.com or call them at 417-684-7202 to find out what they've got for you. Last Sentinel Firearms, you are your last line of defense.
Almost time for baseball at Day Field as the Sedalia Bomber starter Jimenez is on the bump, tossing his warm-up pitches, and that means we're just about ready to get going. Ben Schmidt, Bryce Kriesel, so happy to bring you tonight's coverage, and we're about 25 minutes behind schedule, but it looks like we're going to have baseball. And obviously, most importantly, a win, but I think we're also hoping for the Renegades' arms and bats' sake that we don't have another 12-inning affair tonight.
I agree with that statement. The bullpen, I don't know how many more extra inning games they can take before you see some more odd position players start having to throw it from the bump.
Well, we saw, although Imgarden came into pitch, we saw Herschler warming. He hasn't had an appearance this season. Who knows who else will be a possibility as Jimenez is firing in. The right-hander just about ready to go. Renegades will stack the top of their lineup with lefties. First 4 all hit from the left side against the right-handed starter. It'll be Matashek, Wagner, and Imgarden. 1, 2, 3 for the Renegades. And Matashek just about ready to step in. I believe this is the first time he's been hitting leadoff. Like I said in the pregame, he's been a staple in the number 3 or 4 spot in the order. Renegades on base king. I kind of like this move up to the leadoff spot tonight, kind of shaking things up with an 0-Forte.
I do too. I know Matashek's walk numbers are very good this year, and I think that might have something to do with it, trying to get base runners and get some spray hitting around the field to score some runs here.
So Matashek, the left-hand hitting left fielder, has stepped into the box. And Menace looks like he's ready to go into his windup. His first delivery is taken at the knees, a strike, no balls, and 1 strike now to Matashek. And I'll tell you what, I think we're going to have a pretty good view of balls and strikes tonight because we're all about, 30 feet, 20 feet from the plate. 0-1 pitch is grounded right side foul, 0-2.
Absolutely. We're going to be able to see and probably hear that spin if these loopy sliders and curveballs come up. So I'm excited to get a little different view than the past couple of games.
After the foul ball, it's no balls and 2 strikes on Matashek. Often been in right field. He's in left tonight for the Renegades. Here comes the 0-2 delivery. He will swing and miss. And good morning, good afternoon, and good night to Matashek. He has struck out on 3 pitches to get tonight's festivities underway. Good start for Jimenez.
Jimenez wasted no time right there. Loaded up the zone. 3 pitches. All good spots, but pretty all would have been strikes if Matashek wasn't swinging. So Jimenez getting straight to the point here.
So Wagner, the DH, is in. Number 2 spot in the order. Renegades leader in walks. First pitch to him is taken just below the knees. That's a borderline call that goes the way of Wagner. It's now a ball and no strikes. Wagner now back into the box. Bats with a slight open stance. Not as open as Matashek. 1-0 pitch is looked at. Another fastball. That's right in there. 1 ball and a strike. You kind of mentioned this. Doesn't look like Jimenez is afraid to attack the zone.
No, pumping it up right now.
1 ball and a strike. Jimenez also working quickly, and it's going to be looked at outside. And it's now 2 balls and a strike on Wagner. Imgarden waits on deck.
Jimenez might be the fastest pitcher I've seen this year, going straight into each pitch.
2-1 pitch also misses outside. So now 3 balls and a strike on Wagner. The only thing I will say is since we're at a slight angle, we don't have the best view of the outside corner to lefties, inside corner to righties. 3-1 pitch is swung at, lofted on the infield. Third baseman again is barely having to move and size it up, makes the catch on the infield pop-up. 2 up, 2 down for the Renegades. You think Wagner got jammed there? I couldn't tell where that pitch ended, but based on the lefties' results, I don't think he got it off the end of the bat. I would guess that pitch came inside and got him to pop it up.
I think the Renegades, the second time through lineup, will make an adjustment on Jimenez's fastball. Looks like to be a little bit more speed than what we've seen the past couple of games. Imgar
now in. First pitch swung on a miss as he's laid on the fastball, like you mentioned. So Renegades have been behind on that pitch. Matashek struck out on it, and then Wagner popped up weakly to the third baseman. Now 0-1 to Imgar. He'll swing and pop this one up to the left side, but that's going to get over the dugout. And actually the third baseman, did he make the play? He did. Wow, McGinnis using all of that foul territory. Not often you see in a ballpark where there's foul territory behind the dugout, and McGinnis curled his way behind it to make the catch. And based on being to every ballpark, I think that's the only one where that catch is even possible.
Absolutely. That is some day field dimensions right there helping out the Bombers.
So that's going to do it for us in the top of the first inning. Renegades go 3 up, 3 down, and here comes Voss ready to make the start. We'll be right back forward in just a moment. 0-0 ball game on the Show Me Sports Network.
Since 2018, Han Custom Laser Engraving LLC has been specializing in all things custom, using large format, high-powered lasers with some of the most advanced technologies on the market. Anything can become a canvas. This state-of-the-art system makes quick work of custom engraving on cups, glass, tile, wood, acrylic, metal, headstones with endless possibilities. They also offer custom one-of-a-kind signs that are sure to make your design stand out. Find them on Facebook at Han Custom Laser Engraving or call 573-489-8732 to find out more. Han Custom Laser Engraving LLC, a veteran-owned business.
Hi, this is Nick Hoslag, owner of Hoslag Landscape and Design. Every day, my highly trained team of experts works hard to give you the outdoor living area you've been dreaming of. By focusing solely on landscaping and hardscape construction, this has made us the preferred landscape and design company serving Jefferson City and the central Missouri area. Thank you for all your continued support in voting us as winners of the Reader's Choice Awards and Jefferson City's Best multiple years running. When you are ready to begin your dream outdoor project, call us at 573-301-9464 to schedule an estimate or visit hosloglandscape.com.
Running out of some of your favorite Avon products and haven't seen an Avon brochure in quite some time? No need to worry. Avon Independent Sales Representative Michelle Carty can help with your Skin So Soft makeup, jewelry, fragrance, and skincare needs. Avon now carries cleaning supplies, clothing, daily essentials, and several small LG electronic items. You now have the opportunity to shop online 24/7 and have your order shipped directly to your front door by shopping with Michelle at mcarty.avonrepresentative.com or find her on Facebook by searching Avon Carty.
Back for the bottom of the first inning on the Show Me Sports Network. Here comes the righty Drew Voss, ready to get things going for the Renegades on the bump, and he'll face the left-handed batting center fielder Anthony Hanson to get his night underway. Voss looks like he's going to pitch out of the stretch even with nobody on, and the first pitch to Hanson misses upstairs 1-0. Looks like we're going to see a similar setup for the Bombers in their lineup, stacking left-handed hitters against the right-handed starter. Hanson a lefty, Williams on deck also lefty, and I believe Baker is as well. Next pitch at the knees, good location there by Voss, comes back to make it 1-1.
Good changeup, slowing the timing down. Perfect strike right there to tie it up 1-1.
Just underway at Day Field. It's a 0-0 ball game after the Renegades went 3 up, 3 down in the top of the first. Renegades looking to snap a 5-game losing skid. Here comes the 1-1 pitch from Voss. It's upstairs and in with the fastball. Now 2-1. It'll be Hanson, Williams, and Baker. The first two for sure lefties, and I believe Baker is one too, although I'm not completely sure about that. Regardless, Voss looking to have a clean start. Only a couple innings in Mink League play. Next pitch is a fastball at just below the belt, and that's in there, called striking out 2-2. Renegades have Imgard and Hopkins on the left side of the infield, Ott and Gorling on the right. Gorling hugged a little bit closer towards the first base bag with the lefty at the plate. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Voss looking for out number 1. Here's his delivery. It is below the knees, and the fastball misses to run it full.
This looks to be the Renegades' go-to infield as we come down the home stretch. They've had quite a few games in these spots now.
So 3 balls and 2 strikes. Voss looking to retire his first batter that he'll face. Here's the delivery. It's hit in the air to right, and it's hit well. That is going to drop, and that's going to go to the wall for extra bases. And actually holding at first base will be Hanson because the Renegades had Deal shaded towards the right side. So a good play by the Renegades right fielder to play that off the wall and hold Hanson to just a single. But that's a hard hit ball for the first at-bat against Voss.
Important to note, too, is that we still only have one umpire who's starting off behind home plate clearly. So some bang-bang plays might be a little questionable tonight because he's only working with one. His partner seems to not have made it to the game.
That's a good thing you mentioned that because I totally forgot and I realized we didn't have one out there. It is hard to see down the right field line, so I wasn't even sure for a moment if that was caught. First pitch from Voss to Williams is a strike in there, 0-1. Looks like 356 to right center. I can't tell right down the line. Is that a 2 in there? That might be 290. So it's a short right field wall. So that's probably why that ball, it was hit directly off the wall, and that's why Deal was able to play it so well. So no balls and a strike. Hanson at first. Gorling holds him on. Voss a long look in against the lefty Williams. Next pitch bends low but blocked by Herschler. 1 ball and a strike. The way that first pitch, or first batter, Hanson ripped that ball, that looked way down the right field line, for sure extra bases. And as I'm looking now against another lefty, the right fielder Deal is definitely playing a little bit farther to his left towards the right field line.
Absolutely, using these day field dimensions to his advantage.
So 1 ball and 1 strike. Williams in, nobody out. Next pitch is going to bend out of the zone. Now 2 balls and a strike. Renegades sitting at 15-22. Bombers at 19-20. Bombers are in second. They trail the Joplin Outlaws. Outlaws just about have this South Division wrapped up. Joplin looks like they'll be hosting one of these couple teams in the divisional round. 2 balls and a strike on Williams. Voss looking to get his first batter of the evening. And here's his delivery. It will miss up and in. Now 3-1, not the start that Voss wanted, especially when the Renegades need him to go deep into this ballgame.
No, Voss working extremely slow, breathing, trying to calm down. His fastball seemed high, so he needs to bring him down, get in the zone here, get back in this count.
Gorling still holding Hanson on at first as Voss comes set. Here's the 3-1 pitch. It's hit well to right again. Deal looks to have a play on this one, though, going back on it, and he will make the catch for out number 1. Hanson will have to retreat to first. And on that one right there, I was essentially just going off of claps because I could not tell whatsoever if he had caught that ball. But off the bat, it looked like he had a good read on it, and he made the catch for out number 1.
Absolutely. Good contact by Williams there, but Deal plays perfectly, made an easy grab for out number 1.
kind of interesting with Imgard at third base, pretty much between every pitch, seen him talking to Sedalia's third base coach. And I've actually seen that a lot the past couple of days for the Renegades. Whoever's been playing at third has been having chats with the other team's third base coach. So just some friendly banter between Mink League opponents. Imgard, the one doing it tonight. Now in is Baker, and it's going to come in. It's going to hit him. And that will mean first and second with only one out, as Voss had tried to run that one inside, but it came and hit Baker in the back. He's now on at first base, and Hansen will move into scoring position. Clear effort there by Voss to try and come inside on Baker, but just could not find the spot. And 3 straight lefties at the top of this order for the Bombers. 2 of them have reached, and that'll bring up the first righty of the game in Braden McGinnis, who made a fine running grab in foul territory for out number 3 last inning. Now steps in with a chance to put the Bombers out in front early. Runners on first and second base, only 1 out. Now with the righty, Renegades pull the defense just a little bit farther to the left. Here's the first pitch. McGinnis will look at it. It bounces in there and gets away. Both runners will move up, and Herschler has no place. Now 2 in scoring position with only 1 out, as that one skipped in there, and Herschler really had no chance to block it.
Ball starts off there with off speed. Looked like maybe the first slider of the night, so maybe a little bit more confident in his off speed versus right-handed hitters.
So first righty McGinnis and the third baseman. Base hit here could make this a 2-0 Bombers lead. Runners at second and third. Baker at second and Hansen at third. 1-0 pitch coming. It's hit in the air out to shallow right field. Coming in will be Deal. He's got it sized up. He makes the catch. Runner's going to tag. Here's Deal's throw, and the runner's going to stay put, as that's a one-hop perfect throw to the plate. Well done by Deal. First appearance in the outfield, and he may have just saved a run with a perfect throw, as Hansen had to retreat once he saw where that one was headed.
I would say you're right about saving a run there. Deal couldn't have done that any better. Got behind the ball, fired in home to keep that runner at third and give Voss a chance to get out of this inning.
So thanks to Deal retiring 2 of the Sedalia batters this inning, it's now 2 out. Still 2 on, though, and Dillman with a base hit could drive in 1 or 2 runs. But Voss, thanks to a little help from his defense, now a chance to escape from this inning harmless. And the right-hander will look at a first pitch that is on the corner, a called strike, 0-1.
Good pitch, fastball on the outside, right on the corner, so it looks to set up maybe a slider away here. And Voss looks more confident now against the right-handed hitters. I like what I'm seeing.
So no ball and 1 strike count on Dillman. Voss longer look in now. Here's the 0-1 delivery. A curveball that's going to be popped up. Herschler after it up against the cage in front of us, and that will get onto the roof. But now no balls and 2 strikes. Voss just 1 pitch away from getting through this inning scoreless. Voss chasing after the foul ball came within a couple feet of us. When the foul balls are hit right over here, they come right up against us.
I'm ready for one to be knocked back here and hit the cage in front of me, and people at home going to hear me jump out of my seat probably.
So no balls and 2 strikes. Can Voss get through this bottom of the first inning scoreless? He's ahead of Dillman. Runners at second and third. That's Baker and Hansen. Take their lead. Renegades don't hold either runner on with 2 outs. Voss has one he likes from Herschler. No balls and 2 strikes. Herschler looks to be setting up high. He wants the fastball. Here's the delivery. It is a pitch that just missed low. Came with the fastball, but did not miss by much. It's 1-2.
I like that pitch by Herschler right there, setting up on the outside and just trying to nick the corner. Had a couple of pitches to waste, and I like the first one.
So we'll do now 1 ball and 2 strikes. Voss coming set. Big, tall righty looking to get through this first inning. Looks into Herschler, who now I think is setting inside a little bit. Here's the 1-2 delivery. It is just upstairs again. 2 pitches that have been real close by Voss, but both called balls.
Voss not missing by much. I expect him to go right back inside here. It looked like the batter Dillman looked a little uncomfortable with that pitch.
Dillman, a home run derby participant a couple weeks ago in Clarinda. As we know, Luke Fuller won that competition for the Renegades. 2 balls, 2 strike delivery. It's in the dirt, and Dillman able to hold up on the check swing, so it's now 3-2. Voss came with the curveball there, and Dillman pretty good there to hold off of that pitch. So now 3 balls and 2 strikes. First base is open, so you could afford to walk Dillman here, but then you're facing Polton with the bases loaded and what would be 2 outs. Runners take the lead. Pretty good lead at second for Baker as he's not held on. Here's the 3-2 pitch. It swung on and missed as he blew the fastball by him for strike 3, and Voss has escaped trouble here in the first thanks to a flyout and a strikeout to end the inning. So to the top of the second we go now. Renegades looking to jump out in front. It's 0-0 ball game. We'll be right back on the Show Me Sports Network.
At the Boone County Journal, we're with you all the way. We know that you're more than just a subscriber. You're an employer, you're a parent, you're a neighbor. Most importantly, you're a community member. It's our goal to provide you with the latest news, sports, opinions, obituaries, classifieds, and more to keep you informed about your community. To find out more about the Boone County Journal or to subscribe, call 573-657-2334 or visit bocojoe.com. The Boone County Journal. We're with you all the way.
When things come out of left field, having a game plan matters. Farmers Insurance has over 90 years of experience helping people play through every stage of the game. We've seen almost everything, so we know how to cover almost anything. Talk to Farmers Agent Christopher Scott at 573-896-0131 to see how I can help you stay in the game. That's Christopher Scott at 573-896-0131.
We are farmers. Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum.
Underwritten by Farmers Truck Fire Insurance Exchanges and Affiliates. Products not available in every state.
Serving the capital city and the surrounding area for 70 years, Animal Medical Center strives to provide the best possible medical service for your pet in a caring atmosphere. To promote quality healing and preventative care in a fear-free environment, Animal Medical Center of Jefferson City is a full-service veterinary hospital. Whether your pet has fur, feathers, or scales, Dr. Greg Boyer and Dr. Kayla Terry have the experience and expertise to treat complex medical conditions as well as providing annual well checks and vaccinations. Animal Medical Center of Jefferson City is the only veterinary hospital in the capital city accredited by the American Animal Hospital Association. To schedule an appointment, call the team at Animal Medical Center of Jefferson City at 573-636-4626.
The following public service announcement is brought to you by the Eddie Gaedel Society, Jefferson City Chapter 10, doing little things to make a big difference.
Want to make a big difference in your community? Be kind to others, drive safely, and put litter in its proper place.
Join us in celebrating Eddie Gaedel's historic Major League appearance as a member of the St. Louis Browns by doing something nice for someone today.
Take a walk, Eddie.
To the top of the second inning we go now as the Renegades look to have a little bit more success against Harrison Jimenez, who pitched a scoreless first inning, 3 up, 3 down. And we're still waiting for the top of the second inning due to some good in-between inning entertainment, but taking place on the field, so that's why we have not yet started the second inning. Not complaining about the entertainment, but that is the reason that we have not started this inning. Ben Schmidt, Bryce Creasel coming to you. And Bryce, what do you think the Renegades are going to have to do this inning? Because their approach at the plate in the first was not necessarily all that spectacular.
I'm hoping the first 3 batters went to the dugout and just explained that Jimenez is bringing a little extra juice tonight than what the Renegades have seen, so they need to stand back in the box and look fastball. His off-speed didn't seem that great. Definitely not what we saw last night with the starter for Nevada, who's got that nasty slider Caesar. Tonight looks to be mostly fastball, so they need to look to square one up and let his speed take the ball out and get some hits tonight.
It'll be Reether, Gorling, and Deal 4, 5, 6 in the Renegades order. Due up, Colby Ott will follow if any of them can reach. Minutes just now throwing a couple warm-up pitches as we get ready to go. And as we wait for the Renegades to come to the plate, I want to remind everyone to go riding with Doc and Norm Direct, Mid-Missouri's leader in Premier Group Travel. Group sizes from 1 to 100 or beyond, they do it all. Doc and Norm Direct is also the official transportation provider of the Renegades, getting us to all our road games safely, efficiently, and in style. So to book your spot for your next adventure, call them at 573-256-1991 or email reservations@moexpress.com. So now we're ready to go for this second inning. Neither team scored in the first, although the Bombers threatened. They put 2 on with 1 out before Voss rebounded to get a flyout and a strikeout to end the inning. And now to the second we go, and Menace looks in. Reether into the batter's box, and the delivery is going to miss inside. 1 ball and no strikes on Reether.
Reether, he has no fear. He stands real close to the plate, and that ball was about an inch from knocking him in the elbow right there.
1 ball, no strike delivery coming. This next pitch will not find the outside corner. It bends off the plate, so now 2 balls and no strikes on Reether. Looks like he may be taken until he gets a strike. 2-0 delivery coming. It's upstairs, and Jimenez has missed with all 3 in this at-bat, and Reether now a pitch away from giving the Renegades their first base runner of this contest.
Reether with decent speed would be a great person to get on first base here if a walk is ensued.
Into the windup now. Here's the 3-0 delivery. It's a fastball, and it's in there, a strike. Now makes it 3 balls and 1 strike on the cleanup hitter for the Renegades. So now back in the box is Reether. Both players ready to go. Here's the 3-1 pitch. It's fouled off behind the backstop, and Jimenez is now bounced back with back-to-back fastballs almost right down the middle.
Reether, a former college player that's played at this field with Sedalia State Fair's team.
3-2 pitch, swung on, grounded foul, and that's going to keep things at 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Looks to be comfortable here in this ballpark. I'm sure a lot of games played here throughout the years for him.
I think he's losing a little bit of the tape on that bat, but regardless, still more than good enough to hopefully put a ball in play. We'll do another 3-ball, 2-strike pitch after the foul. Here's the delivery. It's swung on, hit in the air, out to shallow left. Schmidt coming in, Webb going out. Webb's going to make the catch for out number 1. A nice running grab by the Bombers shortstop, and 1 up, 1 down in this top of the second inning.
Jimenez had Reether off balance there with finally throwing it off speed after fastball. So he did a good job of mixing up his pitches right there and gets an out. Hopefully the Renegades can adjust and know that he's got the off speed in his bag.
There's a fan down to our left who's clearly a Bombers fan, and I'm just going to go out on a limb and guess that he is starting pitcher Arison Jimenez's father, because he has been cheering every pitch that his son has thrown, and now after that one misses. 1 ball and no strike on Gorling. Always good whether it's home or away to see the families out and supporting. It just makes it a whole lot more fun. 1-0 pitch coming to Gorling. It's going to bend inside as Gorling will just get out of the way of that one. Now 2-0 count on the Renegades first baseman. Now we'll see what Gorling is able to do. Had a big game-tying RBI double in the 9th last night. Knotted things at 8. 2-1 pitch is fouled off the foot of Gorling. A little bit of talking to himself after that pitch. Think he thought he should have done a little bit more with that heater. So now we'll stay even at, not stay even, but Gorling will stay ahead at 2 balls and 1 strike. Sun has just went down the overhang to our left, now just right back in our eyes. So I will now be using my scorebook as a essentially sunglasses. 2-1 pitch misses. Now 3 balls and a strike on Gorling. Reether was ahead 3-0 before Jimenez came back to get him to pop out. Gorling now in a 3-ball count. Let's see if he can have a different outcome. 3-1 delivery. It's hit right back the middle and fielded by Jimenez, who'll hop off the mound and flip it underhand to the first baseman Baker. And that's 2 up, 2 down on a pretty well hit ball, but right at Jimenez, and he was able to get a glove on it.
Sounds like that was a broken bat right there. It sounds like a little crack in there, and that bat will be off to the woodpile.
Well, Gorling will have to make a call to our friends at Walk-Off Wood Bat Company then. If that's the same one that he used last night for the game-tying double, that was a good bat. It's a shame that it had to go out like that. First pitch now to the new batter, Deal. Looks at a ball, 1-0. Just added to the Renegades roster. He's in right tonight. Has already made a couple of nice catches and made a perfect one-hop throw to keep a runner at third base in the first. 1-0 pitch is going to miss inside. Now 2-0 as Jimenez has fallen behind 2 balls and no strikes on every batter this inning, but has came back to retire the first 2. So now Deal back into the batter's box. Lefty hitting right fielder will take one at the knees, and that's a called strike. Borderline call goes the way of Jimenez.
I like the Renegades' patience here with making Jimenez throw him a strike, but they need to take advantage once they get up in these counts and understand fastballs are coming.
2 balls and 1 strike. Here's the delivery. Swung and fouled off the catcher's mask. So it's now 2 balls and 2 strikes. 1 strikeout so far through the first 5 for the Bombers starter. Other outs have been very weak contact. 3 pop-ups and then a ground out to the pitcher. So no real hard-hit balls for the Renegades so far. Here comes the 2-2 pitch to Deal. It's swung on line to the right side. Second baseman Williams has got it. He'll throw to Baker. It's in time, and that's another 3 up, 3 down inning for the starter Jimenez as the Renegades go down in order for the second straight time. To the bottom of the second inning now. We'll be right back on the Show Me Sports Network. Renegades and Bombers 0-0 after an inning and a half.
MoEx Dock and Norm Direct is back better than ever. Much more than your #1 ground shuttle transportation service to St. Louis Airport. Yes! MoEx Dock and Norm Direct is Mid-Missouri's leader in premier group travel. Sporting events, concerts, wedding receptions, the lake, winery trips, Branson, plaza shopping, reunions, pub crawls. Group sizes from 1 to 100 or beyond. We do it all. Remember, we want you to ride MoEx Dock and Norm Direct.
At Centurion Cares, for more than 3 decades, their focus has been on exceeding customer expectations for contact center software solutions. Their innovative communication solutions include utility interactive voice response software that allows for smart communication features that let your utility deliver superior customer service 24/7. They also provide other streamlined services like automatic call distribution, automated customer callback, reporting, and quality assurance. To find out more about how Centurion Cares can help your business, call them at 727-421-5300 or look them up online at centurioncares.com. Centurion Cares, innovative communication solutions.
Throughout the course of any game, different actions stand out to different people. But everyone remembers a walk-off, especially if it's a walk-off wood bat. Handcrafted right here in Missouri, Walk-Off Wood Bat Company bats are made with premium-grade maple, ash, and birch, fully customizable to make it truly yours. From the length and weight to the barrel and handle color, you're able to customize every feature of your wood bat, including personalized engraving with a 45-day warranty. In addition to selling custom handcrafted bats, they also offer a selection of bat accessories, including lizard skin bat grips and batting gloves. To help find your confidence at the plate, give Walk-Off Wood Bat Company a call at 816-261-1014 or visit wowbats.com.
Riley Polton in to lead off this bottom of the second inning for the Bombers. 0-0 ball game. You're listening to exclusive coverage of Renegades baseball on the Show Me Sports Network. As Voss once again pitching out of the stretch, even with nobody on, will deliver a first pitch coming to Polton, tonight's catcher, and this one will be in there, a called strike on the fastball, 0-1.
Polton sporting a pink bat. Wonder if it got any hits in it tonight. Hopefully, for Voss's sake and the Renegades' sake, it don't.
We the bottom of the order for the Bombers due up against Voss, 6, 7, and 8. Polton, Schmidt, and Shoup. Here comes the 0-1 delivery to Polton, who will ground it left side, but that's foul. 1 ball and 1 strike. I guess I will say or at least I'm about parallel with the third baseline, so I'll have just about as good a view as anyone on the ball hit down the third baseline, whether it's fair or foul. That one clearly went to the left side of the third base bag.
Absolutely. Had Polton out in front, going fastball, then throwing that changeup on the outside corner. I like the pitch mix from Voss right there.
Voss faced 5 batters in the first inning, 1 single, 1 hit by pitch. The other 3 retired. No runs allowed. And now had no balls and 2 strikes on Polton. Voss looking for back-to-back Ks. Here's the pitch. It's popped up, and on the infield, that's actually going to get out of play, so we'll stay at no balls and 2 strikes. Polton behind the dish tonight, like you said, sporting the pink bat and leading off this bottom of the second inning. Renegades have had all 6 of their hitters retired against the starter Minnis. And now here comes the 0-2 delivery from Voss to Polton once again. Righty will bring it home and miss upstairs. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Renegades look to have everyone in pretty much normal spots on defense. On the infield, it's Imgard and Hopkins on the left side. Ott and Gorling on the right. 1 ball and 2 strikes after the miss by Voss. And here comes his next delivery to Polton. Pitch is going to skip in there, and Hirschler will block it. So now 2 balls and 2 strikes. Voss has missed with back-to-back pitches, and will now have to face Polton in an even count. Schmidt waiting on deck, left fielder. Can't tell. I think he's a right-handed hitter, although he's just standing there. Nope, looks like he's a lefty. Yep, lefty hitting left fielder on deck. So a lot of lefties in this lineup tonight for the Bombers. Righty battery catcher Polton back in, and a 2 ball, 2 strike count. Nobody out in this bottom of the second inning. Here's Voss's delivery. It's an off-speed pitch. The miss is up, and Polton has battled all the way back to run it full.
Voss needs to come straight at him here and make Polton do something with it. Don't give him a free base.
3 balls and 2 strikes. Voss retired the last 2 he faced in the first. Now looking to make it 3 in a row. He's got 3-2 count on Polton, the catcher. Here's his pitch right down the middle, and it's hit well to left field. Matashek after it, still running, and he's not going to get it, and that gets into the gap. Center fielder Reether over to get it. On his way to second is Polton. It's a good throw, but just ahead with a head-first slide on a dive is Polton, and he's got a double to start the second inning on a well-hit ball to left center field. It was a pretty good throw there by Reether, who got it once it got past Matashek, but just not enough on it to get Polton, who went in with a head-first dive, and he's now in scoring position with nobody out in the second.
Voss did a good job of working out of a jam last inning. Hopefully he's got another one in him here.
So Polton at second, Nick Schmidt in. Wonder if we'll see a bunt here with nobody out in the second. Gorling is playing pretty much even with the first base bag on the right side. Imgarden maybe a step or 2 behind it at third. Middle infield at normal depth. Voss was ahead, no balls and 2 strikes on Polton before Polton battled it full and then hit a double to left center field. He's at second base now. Voss will look back at him a couple times and now will deliver to Schmidt. First pitch is going to be inside. It's now 1-0. Schmidt at the plate, Shoop on deck for the Bombers. Last time these two teams played was just a couple days ago in this same ballpark. That was last Friday. Sedalia won it 4-3. Voss now on a 1-ball, no strike count. Here's his pitch. It gets by Herschler. That's going to go to the backstop, and Polton will move up to third base. It's a ball to make it 2-0, and like you were about to say, deep backstop here at this ballpark.
Absolutely. If pass ball gets, I would assume about anyone, any speed, is going to take whatever base is ahead of them.
Yeah, there's a whole lot of room to work with behind home plate, and unless it just is a fastball that takes a great ricochet, like you said, pretty much any runner could even score from third on that. So now 2 balls and no strikes. Ball in play can put Sedalia on top with a runner at third and nobody out. Schmidt ahead. He's back in. Lefty-righty matchup. This next pitch misses low, and Voss struggling a little bit with control. He had jumped ahead, no balls and 2 strikes on Polton, but then threw 3 balls to him, and now has thrown 3 in a row to Schmidt, and danger of putting back-to-back on to start this bottom of the second inning. Voss comes set. Light wave of the bat for Schmidt, who had a slight open stance. 3-0 pitch, misses low, and that's a 4-pitch walk. Schmidt, who will head down to first base. Still nobody out in this second inning, and Herschler is going to go out to the mound and have a chat with his pitcher.
Good chat. Try to calm Voss down and tell him the importance of trying to get out of this inning.
Looks like Renegades pitching coach Exton will also go out there and have a chat with him. Voss clearly needing to calm down. Bullpen is right directly to our right, so we'll be able to see anytime someone starts to warm, and I think that may already starting to be happen because I see someone just getting ready for the Renegades and a catcher also going over there, so don't know who it is yet. Can't get a good look on him, but this is probably not what the Renegades were hoping early. Voss hasn't given up a run yet, but he's had to pitch with multiple runners on now in each inning, and he's got first and third with no outs in the second.
Looks to be Jeremy Parks grabbing the ball and starting to throw in the Renegades bullpen.
So who knows how early we will see Parks in this one. Voss, like you said, has pitched, what, just 4 innings coming into this start?
Yes, 4 innings, 3 appearances.
So now, no ball, no strike count. Hansen in for his second at-bat. Singled his first time up this one upstairs. Excuse me, it's not Hansen. I misread my lineup. It's Cade Shoop, the number 8 hitter, the DH, and it's now 0-1.
Important for Voss to get ahead right there after losing a little bit of control of the previous batter.
So Shoop in, Webb, the number 9 hitter, waiting on deck. No balls and a strike, runners at the corners. And here's the 0-1 delivery. It's looked at, another fastball, and it's almost right down the middle, and Shoop took it, now 0-2. Voss gets a gift there of Shoop taking all the way and pumps in a fastball. Now it would be big if you could get one more strike and set yourself up with a double play opportunity. If you can get Shoop here, 0-2 pitch, swung on. They say he went. That's strike 3, and 3 pitches all that Voss needs to retire Shoop. That's a strikeout swinging the second of the night for Voss, and he's now bounced right back after that meeting at the mound.
Voss took a page out of his opponent Jimenez's book right there, loading up the zone with fastballs, working quick. Good job of pitching right there.
Runners still at the corners. Polton's at third and Schmidt's at first. Shoop just retired for the first out of the bottom of the second. Now in his Webb. First pitch to him is a fastball, and it's now 0-1. 4 straight strikes thrown by Voss ever since the meeting at the mound. So now we'll see what Voss, if he can continue to keep up this streak of throwing strikes. If you have a ground ball, you give yourself a chance at a double play. 1 out now, 0-0 ball game. And Voss with a longer look into Herschler, and now time is going to be called. Could not get on the same page. So now back into the box is the right-handed hitting shortstop Webb. Voss looking to get his second out in a row and keep the Bombers off the scoreboard. Voss is set, and here comes his 0-1 pitch to Webb. It's another fastball, and it's at the knees for a called strike, 0-2. And Voss really looks to have found something these last couple of batters.
Picking corners right now. Low, inside, outside, high, inside, outside, doesn't matter. Picking corners, and it's giving these Bombers some trouble.
So now no balls and 2 strikes. Runners still at first and third, and Schmidt and Polton. Voss looking for out number 2. Back in is Webb. Long look in by Voss. Herschler set, and here comes the pitch. It is up and in. Now 1-2. Herschler was set pretty much at the knees for a while, and Voss just kept looking in. Eventually came home with the pitch and missed upstairs with it. So now it's a 1-2 strike count on Webb. After this, we'll go back to the top of the order in Hansen, who singled his first time up, was left stranded at third. 1 ball and 2 strikes for Voss. Looking to retire Webb. He is taking his time looking in here. Here comes the pitch to Webb. It misses low. It's blocked by Herschler. Runner's going to go to second. Herschler will not throw. He actually pumps. And Schmidt will move up on the wild pitch. Now runners at second and third, still 1 out as the pitch was low to Webb.
Important to look for a strikeout here now with the double play out of question with the runner taking second base. So Voss might go off speed here to try to get the batter Webb off balance.
Pitch was low but blocked nicely by Herschler, but kicked away enough to allow Schmidt to move up to second, also knowing that no throw is going to be made with the runner at third base. Time once again called. This has been interesting to this batter. Voss and Herschler have not really been linking up, and Voss has been taking long looks in. So 2 balls and 2 strikes, 1 out. Voss just got Shoop to strike out. Now looking to do the same against Webb. Voss comes set, and the righty will once again have time called, and Herschler's now going to go out to the mound. Just really not on the same page in this at-bat.
Maybe a little confusion with the pitch signals, or Voss just trying to get his timing down. But yes, I agree with you. This is seems odd with 2 visits in just the past 2 batters.
So now Herschler's going to head back behind home plate. Don't know what they discuss, what pitch is going to be coming right here. Voss had runners at first and third with 1 out in the first, and then got out of that with no runs allowed. Actually second and third with 1 out, and it got out of that without a run. Now he's got second and third again with only 1 out. We're going to keep the Bombers scoreless. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Webb. Voss is set, now just waiting for the pitch. Here it comes. It's hit in the air, shallow right side, going after it, but he will run out of room, no play. Ran all the way into the bullpen off to the right side, but even the dimensions of Dayfield couldn't hold that one. So we'll do the 2-2 pitch once again. Voss looking for a strikeout or just a weak fly ball or pop-up. Would also take a ground ball right out someone, although the Renegades don't have the infield in, so I'd assume they would not come home with a ground ball. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Voss comes set. Webb into the batter's box, and here comes the delivery. His pitch is going to miss low. Nice block there by Herschler to keep that one from going to the backstop, and now it is run full to Webb. First base is open with runners at second and third, but then you'd load up the bases with only 1 out for the leadoff hitter, Hansen. So big pitch coming, still 0-0, bottom of the second inning, and only 1 out. Runner at second, Schmidt, a good lead. Don't have him held on. Polton at third. Imgard not holding him on either, although playing a little closer to the bag. And here comes Voss's 3-2 delivery. It's hit in the air right side, and that will get out of play. Goring chasing after it, but he will run out of room. So continuing to battle now is Webb. Voss having to throw a lot of pitches already just to an inning and a third.
And that might be part of the problem why he can't go deep into the games. Maybe past starts have been this same way because his stuff looks okay. He just needs to pinpoint it here now.
3 balls and 2 strikes. Voss comes set. Here comes the righty's delivery. Pitch is grounded weakly. Third base. Runner's going to have to hold. Imgarden will make the long throw to first. Goring stretches, and he is out at first base. Home plate umpire having to make the call. I went over to second to try and see the ruling and then realized there is no field umpire. Home plate umpire made the out call, and since it was hit right at third, runner had to stay put. That's Polton, and now Voss another chance to get out of a jam.
I'm assuming there will be very few calls argued tonight, knowing this home plate umpire's got it all on his own, and tough job, don't do it all by yourself.
Imgarden had to make a long throw, and Webb was moving pretty well up the first base line, but Goring stretched just enough to get him, and now Hansen is in. Going to take a 2-out knock to put the Bombers on the board, who had runner at third with nobody out, and now second at third, 2 outs, still no run in. First pitch to Hansen, misses for a ball, who singled his first time up. Pitcher now warming once again for the Renegades. Who did you say that was?
That is number 2, Jeremy Parks.
So who knows how long we'll see him. Voss looking to escape a jam again. Hansen ahead in a 1-0 count. Here's the delivery. Pitch misses upstairs once again. It's now 2-0. Voss went to 3-ball count to 3 hitters in the first inning. He's now went 3-ball count to 3 hitters in the second inning, and is now facing his 10th hitter of the game. Gone about as full as you can in terms of pitches and base runners without allowing a run. So here comes the 2-0 delivery to Hanson, who bats from the left side. Voss's pitch is going to miss low and in. Now 3-0. Once again, first base is open, so you could afford to lose Hanson here. But then you're facing the second baseman, Caden Williams, up with the bases loaded. Still 2 outs, though.
I think it's safe to say Voss feels very uncomfortable with the left-handed hitters. Just can't seem to locate his pitches like he can to the righties.
So now back in is Voss. 3 balls and no strikes. Here's the pitch. Swung on a miss. Blew the fastball by him. Good comeback there by Voss. It's now 3-1. Looks like to the righties. The 2 righties that Voss faced in the first, he retired them both. Gave up the double to Polton, a right-hander, but then has retired the last 2 righties in Shoup and Webb. So like you said, a lot better against the right-handers. 3 balls and a strike now against Hanson. Here's the pitch. It misses low. That's in the dirt, and that's a walk to load him up here with 2 outs in the bottom of the second inning. So Caden Williams, a lefty, will come to the plate, and I think that's going to be it for Voss. I think head coach Mike D'Amelia has seen enough from his starter, and he's heading out to the mound to get him. He's going to take the ball, and we'll have a new pitcher coming into a big spot here in the second inning for the Renegades. I'm sure not what they were hoping to see with a thin bullpen, but you do what you have to do, and we'll see if the new Renegades right-hander can get out of the bases loaded jam. We'll be right back in just a moment. 0-0 ball game on the Show Me Sports Network.
Hello, Blake Gazaway here with the Show Me Sports Network. I've had the opportunity to have some amazing calls, including overtime touchdowns, walk-off home runs, and buzzer-beating baskets. But I've answered another call. That's to serve my community as a volunteer firefighter. Stop and think what would happen if your home or property caught fire and no one was there to put it out. Every day, volunteer firefighters not only save lives and property, but also respond to other emergencies. Nearly 2/3 of our nation's fire departments are manned by volunteer firefighters. And because of this, we simply need more volunteers to step up and answer the call. Stop by or contact your local fire department and see how you can become a volunteer firefighter today. I answered the call to serve my community. Will you?
We are State Tech. We are hands-on education. When you choose the #1 2-year college in the country, you know you will be ready for your career. That's why at State Tech we say, from the classroom to your career, we are the employer's choice. We are State Tech.
Back with a bases loaded 2-out situation, bottom of the second inning. Bombers looking to take the lead. A new pitcher, Jeremy Parks, is in. Right-hander replaces Drew Voss with 2 outs in the second inning. And Bryce, you got Parks' stats so far on the season?
2.45 ERA, 5 appearances, 7.1 innings. So Parks, pretty good numbers here, and he's been inherited a jam he needs to get out of.
2 outs and bases loaded. Caden Williams, the left-handed hitting second baseman, 0 for 1, steps in and looks at a first pitch strike, 0-1. You said this to me over the break. Decided to take Voss out here, although he had not allowed a run yet. Speaks volumes about how important this game is for the Renegades to win. They're playing with a sense of urgency tonight.
Absolutely, and that's what I figured coming into it, and I think Coach Mike just showed us that.
No balls and a strike. Here's Parks' pitch, misses upstairs, 1-1. So Voss through an inning and 2/3, strikes out 2, gives up 2 hits, and also walks 2. Has not allowed a run yet, although all 3 runners on the base are his responsibility. Voss's problem was just he had so many 3-ball counts that he had thrown a lot of pitches so far, not even completing 2 innings. And now we'll see if Parks can come in to bail him out. Would assume they're trying to get multiple innings out of Parks if this end of the second goes well. 1 ball and 1 strike on Williams. He flew out to the right fielder deal in the first. Next pitch misses way ups, now 2-1, back-to-back misses by Parks.
Problem with the bases loaded is that Parks can't make a mistake here, even with a pass ball. So his off speed is going to have to be up, and that might lead to a little bit of trouble on the bat of the Bombers here.
Renegades don't hold any of the 3 runners on. 2-1 pitch, swung on a miss as he blew the fastball by him. And although it's just been 4 pitches, looks like Parks maybe has a little bit better command of the fastball than the other pitches.
I would say so.
So 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. Renegades are towing the line of keeping things scoreless. They've gone about as full as you can. And here comes Parks' 2-2 delivery. Hit in the air, well to right. Deal going back. Looks to have a play on it. And he makes the catch for out number 3. Parks has come in and stranded. The bases loaded. Well done by the Renegades reliever to keep the Bombers off the scoreboard. So to the third inning we go now. This game is not moving too quickly, but the Renegades have kept it scoreless. We'll see if they can jump out in front. We'll be right back on the Show Me Sports Network.
Creating custom, handcrafted woodworking projects has never been easier. Become a member of Sawdust Studios and enjoy 24/7 access to a woodworker's paradise. Outfit with industry-leading professional-grade tools, Sawdust Studios offers endless woodworking possibilities. Don't have woodworking experience? No problem, as Sawdust Studios offers affordable classes from a community of woodworkers, experienced designers, and master craftsmen. Youth classes are also offered for those junior woodworkers. For more information, search Sawdust Studios on Facebook or find them online at sawdust247.com. Sawdust Studios, your community woodshop.
River Oak Christian Academy has been providing a strong biblical foundation and academic excellence within a Christian environment to students for more than 16 years. Located in Jefferson City, River Oak Christian Academy offers kinder prep through 7th grade with 8th grade to be added in the 2023-2024 school year. River Oak Christian Academy's primary goal is the discipleship of the next generation to impact the world for Christ. Average class sizes are just 16 students with a student body composed of families from over 30 area churches. Kinder prep offerings include 3 and 5 full-day sessions, with kindergarten offering a half-day and full-day programs. To find out more about River Oak Christian Academy, call them at 573-634-3983.
Renegades coming to bat in the top of the third inning. Feels like almost an eternity since we've seen them last take the plate. Their 2 innings on the offensive side have gone so quick, 6 up, 6 down. What have you seen against Jimenez so far?
Just absolutely pumping the zone with fastballs. He's got a plus fastball, and I think that's giving the Renegades hitter some troubles here. Seems behind on every pitch with weak contact and pop-outs.
As Colby Ott and the Renegades come to bat, I want to tell you about Walkoff Wood Bat Company, handcrafted right here in Missouri. Walkoff Wood Bat Company bats are made with premium-grade maple, ash, and birch, fully customizable to make it truly yours. Ott looks at the first pitch strike. From the length and weight to the barrel and handle color, you're able to customize every feature of a wood bat, including personalized engraving with a 45-day warranty. 0-1 pitch is hit in the air out to left center field. Hansen and Schmidt both after it. Hansen is calling for it, and he makes the catch in left center field for out number 1. About the best hit ball of the night so far for the Renegades, but it's an out in the 7th straight. Renegades hitter is Ben retired. In addition to selling custom handcrafted bats, Walkoff Wood Bat Company also offers a selection of bat accessories, including lizard skin bat grips and batting gloves. So to help find your confidence at the plate, give Walkoff Wood Bat Company a call at 816-261-1014 or visit wowbats.com. Renegades could sure use some confidence at the plate here in this one, as they have been retired pretty easily. As Herschler looks at a first pitch strike. Next pitch will be swung on and missed by Herschler. It's now 0-2. And Jimenez, although not great stats coming in, just looks to be completely overpowering, at least through the first 2 and a third innings tonight.
Picks a spot to throw that off speed, and he picks it very well. Renegades batters are way out in front of it.
0-2 pitch coming, grounded third base, and that's going to get foul. So we'll stay 0-2. Taylor Hopkins, the Renegades shortstop, waiting on deck. He's been really good for about the past 3 weeks to a month. And I like the decision to keep him at the bottom. No reason to mess with what's been working. And maybe he'll be the one to break this thing up if Herschel can't do it right here. No balls and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch, grounded right back up the middle. Second baseman Williams coming in. His throw to first is perfect, and Baker's got it for outs number 2. And the Renegades still looking for their first base runner. It'll be up to the number 9 hitter, Hopkins, with 2 outs in the top of the third.
Hopkins, he's been a Renegades hitter that I've been very impressed with. Spraying the ball over the field. Even his outs have been hit hard the past couple games. So, like you said, hopefully he'll break up this no-hitter Jimenez has going on.
First pitch to Hopkins is looked at. A pitch in there, so now no balls and a strike. Jimenez has attacked the zone. He's gone 3-ball counts to just 3 of the first 9 hitters. Next pitch hit well to right field. It's hit well, and Dillman's going back. He slows up, and he makes the catch for out number 3. Hopkins surely put good wood on that one, but almost right at Dillman. And that is retired for the last out of the third. Bad look there for the Renegades as they keep this retired streak going, 9 up, 9 down. To the bottom of the third we go. Still a 0-0 ball game. Parks coming back out. We'll be right back in just a moment.
Hi, I'm retired Army Sergeant Trent Dirks, and I want to tell you about an organization that saved and changed my life forever. Retrieving Freedom provides highly trained service dogs to veterans with disabilities and children with autism, absolutely free of charge, thanks to the generous donations and support from people just like you. Experts from Retrieving Freedom help throughout the entire process, from fostering programs through service dog placement. Retrieving Freedom gave me the skilled service dog Tracer, who has been my best friend and my lifeline. To find out more about how you can get involved, volunteer, foster, or to donate, visit their website, retrievingfreedom.org. Retrieving Freedom, changing lives through the training and placement of service dogs for veterans with disabilities and children with autism.
Last Sentinel Firearms is your federally licensed and registered Type 7 FFL manufacturer dealer in Missouri, providing quality products to all types of sports enthusiasts, law enforcement, and individuals across the nation. Orders are currently being fulfilled, offering custom-built pistols and rifles from the AR platform made right here in Missouri. Visit their website at lastsentinelfirearms.com or call them at 417-684-7202 to find out what they've got for you. Last Sentinel Firearms, you are your last line of defense.
Middle of the order due up for the Bombers here in this bottom of the third inning. Still miraculously a 0-0 ball game thanks to Voss and Parks getting out of jams in both the first and second innings. But now the Renegades will be turning to Parks to really eat some innings, as he had to come in the second and get the final out with the bases loaded. Now back out for the third, facing 3-4-5. His first pitch snapped off in there, 0-1.
I have to say, Parks, he's reminding me of almost like a right-handed Cole Wagner. Not great stuff, but just loading up the zone and trusting his defense to get outs.
Reed Baker, McGinnis, and Dillman do up. Next pitch grounded right side. Gorling has got it. He'll take it to the bag himself, and weak contact there, 1 up, 1 down. Much better start for Parks here in this third inning, because in the first and second, the Bombers had put a runner on base with nobody out. Different start here in this one.
The third baseman, number 16.
So now Braden McGinnis will step in. He came up with runners on second and third and 1 out in the first. Flew out to right field, and then Deal made a perfect throw to the plate to keep the runner Hanson at third base. Now McGinnis comes up with nobody on and 1 out in the third. First pitch is going to be grounded weakly right side, and that's foul. Doing the math, I think the second inning alone for the Bombers at the plate when they sent 6 batters and loaded the bases, I think that was a longer inning than all 3 Renegades innings on offense combined.
I think you're probably right. Jimenez is a quick worker and pumping the zone with fastballs, so Renegades hitters are putting them in play early and quick. Quick innings from Renegades.
McGinnis behind 0-1, looks at an off-speed pitch here, and that snaps in there. So now 0-2. Parks looks to have the stuff working early, as faced now. This is his third batter. He's gotten 2 groundouts. Now had no balls and 2 strikes on McGinnis. Here's the pitch. It's hit well to center field, but the center fielder Reether has it measured, and he makes the catch for out number 2. First well-hit ball against Parks, but almost right at Reether out there in center.
Absolutely. Parks, he's going to get it close. I'd love to see his stats on walks, because it doesn't seem like he's very wild with his pitch mix. So Parks doing a great job of just trusting his defense and getting outs.
So far in this inning, it looks like Parks has thrown 5 pitches to get 2 outs. Now facing Zach Dillman, who struck out to end the first inning. We'll see if Parks can go 3 up, 3 down. First pitch is going to be inside. 1 ball in, no strikes. I will say through the first 2 2/3 innings, we haven't had a whole lot of calls to where the home plate umpires had to make a call in the field. Just the 1 ground out. Last thing that I can really think of. 1-0 pitch. This one in there, strike 1-1.
Parks' curveball is loopy, and it's giving the Bombers hitters some trouble right now. It starts up about their nose level, ends right chest high.
1-1 pitch, swung on and missed in the dirt. That's the same curveball, but this time it started chest high and ended at the dirt, and Dillman swung right over it. Sits now 1-2. Parks looking to retire all 3 he's faced here in the third. Here's the righty's delivery. It pitch is going to miss upstairs, 2-2. Yeah, you were right on the curveball. That thing drops off the table, and he can do 2 different things with it. Start it high and land it in the chest, or start it at the chest and land it in the dirt. He's done both successfully so far. I think Herscher's telling him to slow it down a little bit. 2-2 pitch, it's going to bend low. Tried the curveball again, and Dillman didn't chase. Now it's run full. Took about to get through the first 2 innings, about 30, 40 minutes. And I think with these 2 pitchers that we've got, with Parks working quick and the starter for the Bombers, Jimenez, working quick, I think this thing is going to take a hard right turn for a lot quicker pace.
Absolutely.
3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed as Dillman was out in front of that one. And Parks goes 3 up, 3 down in the 3rd inning. Makes quick work of the middle of the Bombers' order. To the 4th inning we go now. This one still scoreless. Ben Schmidt, Bryce Kriesel will be right back with you on the Show Me Sports Network.
Since 2018, Han Custom Laser Engraving LLC has been specializing in all things custom, using large format, high-powered lasers. With some of the most advanced technologies on the market, anything can become a canvas. This state-of-the-art system makes quick work of custom engraving on cups, glass, tile, wood, acrylic, metal, headstones with endless possibilities. They also offer custom one-of-a-kind signs that are sure to make your design stand out. Find them on Facebook at Han Custom Laser Engraving or call 573-489-8732 to find out more. Han Custom Laser Engraving LLC, a veteran-owned business.
Hi, this is Nick Hoslag, owner of Hoslag Landscape and Design. Every day, my highly trained team of experts works hard to give you the outdoor living area you've been dreaming of. By focusing solely on landscaping and hardscape construction, this has made us the preferred landscape and design company serving Jefferson City and the central Missouri area. Thank you for all your continued support in voting us as winners of the Reader's Choice Awards and Jefferson City's Best multiple years running. When you are ready to begin your dream outdoor project, call us at 573-301-9464 to schedule an estimate or visit hoslaglandscape.com.
Back now for the 4th inning, Renegades baseball against the Sedalia Bombers. Renegades are playing with a big sense of urgency so far in this one because they're in a 5-game losing skid. And although just a couple of nights ago looked like they had the second wildcard spot all but wrapped up, they are now honestly clinging to it at this point. Just a 2-game lead with 4 games to play coming into tonight. And with a 4-4 tie in the season series against the Griffins, I believe the next tiebreaker is division record, and who knows what that will go as Matashek looks at a first pitch down low, 1-0.
I look for the Renegades to get some better contact second time through the lineup, seeing Jimenez and knowing what he's got in his bag.
Matashek struck out on 3 pitches his first time up. Now it's 1-1 as he looks at a pitch at the knees. Jimenez first time through the order, struck out 1 batter, did not allow a hit or a base runner. No runs, obviously. 1-1 to Matashek, misses low. So now 2-1. Jimenez did go 3-ball count to 2 of the 9 hitters, but did not walk any of them. And now the catcher Polton's going to walk it out to the mound. I think they want to have a quick chat about the approach here to Matashek, and while they do that, I'm going to refresh and check in on the score between the Carroll Merchants and the Nevada Griffins. It looks like the Merchants are beating the Griffins 10-2 in the 4th, so that's a score that the Renegades would or should be wanting to see, because if that score holds and the Renegades win here tonight, they could clinch a playoff spot as soon as tomorrow, as they'd be up 3 with 3 to play. I don't believe they can clinch tonight, as Matashek swings and misses. It's now 2-2. But if those scores hold, the Renegades would surely be back in the driver's seat. So 2 balls and 2 strikes on Matashek. Here's Jimenez's pitch. It is going to miss low. Now is run it full. Matashek looks to have a much better eye of the zone here in this plate appearance.
Absolutely. That pitch right there to hold off on is confidence in yourself.
3-2 pitch coming. Next one is swung on and just fouled off. Matashek barely making contact, but enough to stay alive, and will do the 3-2 again. Wagner and Imgarden both popped out to the third baseman in their first at-bats. They wait on deck and in the hole. Renegades so far 9 up and 9 down. And Matashek looking to break that trend. Renegades on base leader and elevated to the leadoff spot tonight, when for most of the season he's been hitting third or cleanup. And with Adonis Forte, the Renegades' regular leadoff hitter, not being in attendance this evening, makes sense. Here's the 3-2 pitch, and it's fouled again. Matashek late, but enough contact to stay alive.
Keeps fighting here. His approach at the plate's been impressive. He just knows where the strike zone's at, and he's using that to his best ability, trying to either draw a walk or push a ball into right field here.
So Menace is back on the bump after the foul ball. Catcher sets low. 3-2 pitch, grounded right side. First baseman Baker's going to take it to the bag himself, and he retires Matashek for the second time. 1 up, 1 down here in the 4th, as more weak contact again by the Renegades against Menace. It's now DH and Renegades pitcher, not tonight, but last night, Cole Wagner stepping in. Would assume they don't want to use him tonight again, but with having to bring a pitcher in the second inning, you never know. Although I would just guess he's unavailable altogether. First pitch is fouled off, 0-1. Can't imagine they'd bring back a reliever after the 3 innings that Wagner dealt last night in as many pitches.
I think that's the important number, 3 innings. Maybe after an inning, but 3, that's almost a start.
Next pitch to Wagner misses low, and he's able to check his swings. Now 1 ball, 1 strike counts. I think the home plate umpire actually pointed out towards the Renegades third base coach for an appeal and realized there's no umpire there. 1-1 pitch is in to make it 1 ball and 2 strikes. Once again, we're playing with just one umpire tonight, the home plate umpire. So no field umpire. 1 ball, 2 strike pitch to Wagner, misses low. It's 2-2. Menace retired all 10, and he is working incredibly quick. And although the Renegades put together longer at bats here in the 4th, still not a whole lot of time in at-bats. 2-2 pitch, it misses low again, and back-to-back batters at the Renegades have drawn the count full. We'll see if this one a different ending, and Wagner could reach for the first time tonight. Lefty hitting DH back into the box, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the delivery to Wagner. He'll ground it right side weakly again. Second baseman Williams coming in. He's going to have to work quickly. He flips, and it is just in time to get the hustling Wagner. Second baseman Williams went with the underhanded shovel, and it was just in time to the first baseman Baker.
Close play at first. I thought Wagner with enough speed might, because that ball wasn't hit very hard, might have a chance to beat out the throw and break up this perfect game.
So Imgarden in, popped up to the third baseman his first time up. Basically the only ballpark where that ball would have stayed in play, but Dave Field kept it in. First pitch misses up 1-0. At fastball for a minute. Still has a whole lot of life to it, and he's gotten the Renegades behind on it so far through the first now 12 hitters. Into the windup now, 1 ball and no strikes. Next pitch is going to loop in there. Perfect location at the knees, and all Imgarden could do was check his swing. It's now 1-1.
I think that first pitch fastball was a setup for that slider right there, low and away.
1 ball, 1 strike to Imgarden. Next pitch misses low, 2-1. Right-handed pitchers now back on the bump. 1 ball, 1 strike count. You'd still have yet to have someone to reach. Here's the next delivery, and it is in there a strike. Now 2 balls and 2 strikes. Scoreboard just went out at the ballpark, but it is a 2 ball, 2 strike count. 0-0 score in the top of the 4th inning. Game got underway a little bit late, but now we're picking up speed. Here's the 2-2 delivery to Imgarden. It is a pitch that just missed off the outside corner. Fastball did not miss by much, but benefit goes to Imgarden. It's now 3 balls and 2 strikes. Third straight 3-2 count. Here's the pitch. It swung on, hit to left field, but the shortstop Webb is going to go out and grab it, and that's a line out to end the inning. And in 5.5 minutes, the Renegades go 3 of 3 down. I think that was the longest inning at the plate for the Renegades, and still only 5.5 minutes. Speaks to how quickly Menace is working tonight.
Absolutely, no base runners. More importantly, we need some base runners.
We'll head to the bottom of the 4th, still 0-0. We'll be right back for Renegades and Bombers.
Running out of some of your favorite Avon products and haven't seen an Avon brochure in quite some time? No need to worry. Avon Independent Sales Representative Michelle Carty can help with your Skin So Soft makeup, jewelry, fragrance, and skincare needs. Avon now carries cleaning supplies, clothing, daily essentials, and several small LG electronic items. You now have the opportunity to shop online 24/7 and have your order shipped directly to your front door by shopping with Michelle at mcarty.avonrepresentative.com or find her on Facebook by searching Avon Carty.
At the Boone County Journal, we're with you all the way. We know that you're more than just a subscriber. You're an employer, you're a parent, you're a neighbor. Most importantly, you're a community member. It's our goal to provide you with the latest news, sports, opinions, obituaries, classifieds, and more to keep you informed about your community. To find out more about the Boone County Journal or to subscribe, call 573-657-2334 or visit bocojoe.com. The Boone County Journal. We're with you all the way.
Riley Polton in to lead off this bottom of the 4th inning. Jeremy Parks back out there in an inning in the 3rd. He has struck out 1, hasn't given a hit or a run. But some interesting stuff going on for the Renegades in the bullpen off to our right. Renegades starting pitcher Brady Maltby is warming, and had a little discussion about this in between innings. It does make sense because as Parks will throw his first pitch to Polton, who's 1 for 1. It misses downstairs to make it 1-0. Renegades, especially with the score of the Nevada game, can all for intents and purposes wrap up the wild card spot tonight. And if Maltby comes in to pitch, as the 1-0 pitch will be in there, strike 1-1, you could almost clinch for the playoff spot, and then you'd still have him take off Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then pitch on Monday in the wild card game. So it looks like the Renegades are looking for the knockout punch right here, right now.
Absolutely, and
1-1 pitch hit well to center field, but Reither's got it measured up. He backs up a couple steps, then makes the catch, 1 up, 1 down. Polton is retired for the first time tonight, and all 5 that have faced Parks have been set down.
Boston Parks keeping this game at zeros as of right now. Gives the chance for Maltby to come in and really show off his stuff, as he's probably been the Renegades' best starter this year with 30.1 innings pitched and only a 2.37 ERA.
Well, if Parks gets through this 4th, asking Maltby to pitch 5 I don't think would be a whole lot to ask, considering we've seen him go over that number plenty of times this season. Next pitch is grounded out to the shortstop. Hopkins has got it on a bounce. His throw to first is in time, and Schmidt is retired on just 1 pitch. And even the way Parks is going this inning with just 4 pitches, maybe we even see him for the 5th, and then you could only use Maltby for the final 4. That's if everything goes to plan, which, as we saw for the Renegades last night, that doesn't always happen.
Absolutely. Baseball game of quick changes, but as right now, Parks, he's cruising. So if he gets through this batter, no problems. I think he goes out for another one.
So now back in is Shoup. He struck out his first time up, grounds this one foul, 0-1. Might be worth it to go over and see in between innings, just if the Renegades win and Nevada lose, if they can actually clinch it tonight. Wasn't totally sure, but considering they're looking to use their ace right here, it would make you think that they're going for it right now. 1 ball, 1 strike as the pitch misses outside to Shoup. Renegades could have clinched last night, but they lost in 12 innings to the Griffins. Parks into his windup now. Next pitch is grounded foul. 1 ball and 2 strikes. And looking to set down Shoup for the second time. Parks would get through 2 1/3 innings of scoreless baseball and retire 3 in a row here in the 4th. Parks has been working very quickly. Here's the 1 ball, 2 strike count with nobody on and 2 outs to the DH. Shoup. Pitches upstairs and Herschler leaps up to grab it. It's now 2-2.
I'm a broken record, but I'm just so impressed with the Parks' ability to locate off speed and his fastball almost to the spot right where Herschler sets up.
2-2 pitch. It skips in there and a nice block by Herschler. So that's run at full. Parks in danger of putting his first base runner on tonight, although he did go full to Dillman last inning before striking him out. Maltby still warming up in the bullpen, so we may see him in the 5th. 3-2 pitch now coming. It is going to be swung on and fouled, and we'll do it again. That one's headed for the parking lot. Once again, the Nevada Griffins, who are showing the Renegades by 2 games with 4 to play, are losing 10-2 in the 4th. And the Renegades are in a 0-0 ball game. If a win and a Nevada loss put the Renegades up by 3 games with 3 to play. 3-2 pitch is going to be just high above the belt, and that's a walk as Shoup took the curveball. That'll be a 2-out base runner as Shoup reaches for the first time tonight. That pitch did miss by much, but not enough to be a called strike 3. So now Adam Webb, who grounded out his first time up, will step into the box. That was the 2nd out of the 2nd inning when runners were at 2nd and 3rd and only 1 out. So now Parks are going to tire Webb for the 2nd time. But he will quickly check the runner, Shoup, who's got a pretty decent lead at first with Gorling holding him on. First pitch skips in there. The runner will stay put at first base. So 1 ball and no strikes. Slight loss of control for the reliever Parks, but still a chance to get out of this inning relatively quickly. Get us through the 4th here at Day Field. Scoreless if he can do it. Just 2 hits for the Bombers, none for the Renegades so far. 1 ball and no strikes. Parks comes set. Here's the delivery to Webb. It skips in there again, and a nice block by Herschler, and that runs it to 2 balls and no strikes. On the right side, Ott and Gorling for the Renegades. Hopkin and Imgern on the left. Everyone pretty much straight up with Gorling, the first baseman, holding the runner on. Shoup just walked to 2 outs. 2-0 pitch now coming from the right-hander. It's in there with a fastball, a called strike, 2-1.
Good for Parks to get back to what his first pitch, to getting the fastball in there and trying to get back in his count.
2 balls and 1 strike. Coming set is the righty Parks, looking to complete just over 2 innings and now throws over to first base. So far through 2 innings, 1 strikeout, 1 walk, no hits and no runs. For Parks, came into this thing with the bases loaded and 2 outs in the 2nd. Got a fly out to end that jam. 2-1 pitch now coming. It is going to be upstairs. Now 3 balls and a strike. And Webb now in front with the leadoff batter Hansen on deck, who's been on base both times. Would you think they'd go and get Parks and bring in Maltby right here if I can't find it against Webb in a 3-1 count?
I see some rumblings in the Renegades bullpen, and it looks like Maltby has stopped throwing, so I think that situation might be there. But hopefully Parks can get back in the zone and give Maltby some time to get ready for the 5th.
So 3 balls and a strike, runner on first base with 2 outs, 0-0 ball game between the Bombers and the Renegades. Coming set now is the righty Parks. Webb in the box, and he'll swing and foul tip it into the glove of Hirschler. It's run full as Parks came right back with a fastball there right in the zone. So now with a 3 ball, 2 strike count and 2 outs, the base runner Shoup will get a head start. Gorling no longer holding him on. He plays back on the infield dirt. Parks comes sets, righty Webb in the box, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. It's hit in the air to left, and that's going to get down the left field line and go to the wall. Runner Shoup was off. He's on his way to third, just now gathered and left by Matishek. Runner Shoup is going to score as the throw comes in, and into second base is Webb with a 2-out RBI double, and the Bombers are out in front 1-0 here in the bottom of the 4th.
Again, the dimensions of this ballpark is giving the Renegades players some troubles and just some unfortunate luck with it getting deep into that corner in left field.
Well, it looks like with that RBI double to put the Bombers out in front 1-0, that's going to be all for Parks, who lets his last 2 base runners reach, and he'll give way to Brady Maltby coming in out of the pen. Renegades ace is coming in a must-win ball game for the Renegades. We'll be right back to see him take them out in the 4th in just a moment.
When things come out of left field, having a game plan matters. Farmers Insurance has over 90 years of experience helping people play through every stage of the game. We've seen almost everything, so we know how to cover almost anything. Talk to Farmers agent Christopher Scott at 573-896-0131 to see how I can help you stay in the game. That's Christopher Scott at 573-896-0131.
We are farmers. Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum.
Underwritten by Farmers Truck Fire Insurance Exchanges and Affiliates. Products not available in every state.
Serving the capital city and the surrounding area for 70 years, Animal Medical Center strives to provide the best possible medical service for your pet in a caring atmosphere. To promote quality healing and preventative care in a fear-free environment, Animal Medical Center of Jefferson City is a full-service veterinary hospital. Whether your pet has fur, feathers, or scales, Dr. Greg Boyer and Dr. Kayla Terry have the experience and expertise to treat complex medical conditions, as well as providing annual well checks and vaccinations. Animal Medical Center of Jefferson City is the only veterinary hospital in the capital city accredited by the American Animal Hospital Association. To schedule an appointment, call the team at Animal Medical Center of Jefferson City at 573-636-4626.
Brady Maltby into the ball game for the Renegades, comes on with a runner on second base and 2 outs in the bottom of the 4th. Bombers just now getting on the scoreboard to jump out in front 1-0 thanks to a 2-out RBI double by Adam Webb, laced down the left field line. And now leadoff hitter Anthony Hansen in to face Maltby. Webb off at second base, and here's the first pitch, misses upstairs, 1-0. Renegades clearly going for the knockout punch here, using their ace in relief to try and carry them to a win here on the road tonight.
Absolutely, and Parks did a great job of keeping this game close, but just after the first pitch, Maltby has a little bit extra juice behind the fastball, and definitely the Renegades ace this year, and excited to see him come out of the pen tonight.
Well, Renegades using Maltby in a new role, looking to snap this win tonight, and 1-0 pitch misses up, especially with Nevada losing. If the Renegades can grab this one, they'd move up 3 games to 3 to play. And considering he's pitching today on Wednesday, if you do play in that wild card game, Maltby could come back on regular rest for Monday's wild card game. It's 2 balls and no strikes. Pitch to Hansen is going to miss low, and it gets through Hirschler's legs and goes to the backstop, so Webb will move up to third base. It's now 3 balls and no strikes to Hansen, so I don't think he'll see a lot to hit, but second run of the game is now 90 feet away for the Bombers.
Pass ball coming into effect here with the deep backstop.
So 3 balls and no strikes. We'll see what the Renegades want to do here. Third baseman Imgard not holding the runner. Webb on to third base. Here comes Maltby's delivery. This one a fastball in there. First pitch that Maltby is thrown in the zone for a strike. Now 3-1.
Like the idea of not conceding the at-bat and going right at him, trying to make the first place hitter make a mistake here.
Hansen back in, does not wear any batting gloves. 3-1 pitch from Maltby is fouled back, and now Maltby has bounced back to make this a 3-ball, 2-strike count. Now we'll see if he can get out to number 3 here in the 4th. The first 2 were retired on a flyout and a ground out. Took just 4 pitches, but then a 2-out walk by Shoup, followed by an RBI double by Webb, have the Bombers on the board, and another runner in scoring position with 2 outs. So 3 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs for Maltby. Right-hander comes set, looks into Hirschler, and here's his delivery. Pitch is upstairs and outside, and that's ball 4. Hansen has walked, second Bombers hitter to walk this inning, and now runners at first and third. Still 2 outs, though, in the 4th inning.
The second baseman, number 21.
Now Caden Williams will step in with runners at the corners. He's flown out to right both times up. came in with runners in scoring position both times, so he's 0 for 2. See if he can come through here for the Bombers and put them out in front of this one by even more. It's a 1-0 ball game in the bottom of the fourth. Maltby will quickly glance at the runner Hanson and then come set. Here's the pitch to Williams, and it misses upstairs 1-0. Maltby's pitching with about all he's got, but just so far hasn't had great command yet.
No, seems to that fastball's been up and away a lot to left-handed hitters here. He needs to try to get it in the zone. It looks like that's his pitch that he wants to work off his off-speed from.
1 ball and no strikes. Here's the pitch to Williams. He will take a fastball that just misses up and in. Didn't miss by much, but Maltby does not get the call. It's now 2-0. So runners at the corners. All of this coming with 2 outs. Bombers lead 1-0 in the bottom of the fourth. Here's Maltby's pitch. Swung on a miss as he blew the fastball past Williams. It's now 2-1. So now we'll see if Maltby back in the count can get just this out number 3 without allowing any more runs come in to score. Right-hander comes set. 2-1 pitch coming to Williams. Another fastball, and it misses. 3-1. Maltby in danger of walking back-to-back batters since entering this ball game.
Coach Mike, I'm sure, expecting Maltby to get at least 3 innings in this game, so he needs to find a spot and get back into this count here.
3 balls and a strike. Here comes a delivery to Williams. It's slowed off left side, and the third base coach, he's unable to make the catch. That's a shame because it was hit right to him, but he couldn't grab it. So now 3 balls and 2 strikes. Runner on first base. Hanson will be off and running with the pitch. Another runner on third base. That's Webb. 1 run in already. Renegades looking to keep it right at that as they've had their first 12 hitters retired against the pitcher, Jimenez. 3 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. 3 hits for the Bombers, no hits for the Renegades, and a 1-0 lead for Sedalia. Maltby comes set. Don't hold the runners on. Here's the pitch. It is going to miss upstairs, and they're now loaded for the Bombers. Number 3 hitter Jake Baker coming up at the start that the Renegades wanted for the reliever Maltby.
Need Maltby for this next batter to get an early strike. He's getting behind the count, and then he's having to work cautiously. If he gets up early, then it'll give him the confidence to use all of his pitches in his pitch mix.
So now bases loaded with 2 outs. Runners off of every base. It's Webb at third, Hanson at second, and Williams at first base. Maltby comes set. Here's the first pitch to Baker. It is going to miss low, and he did not chase. I don't even think that's a bad pitch there. Baker just laid off of it.
No, these Bombers hitters, they are being patient at the plate, knowing that Maltby isn't loading up the zone.
Baker was hit by a pitch, advanced to second his first time up, and then grounded out to third. And this next pitch, they say he went around, chased there, and that makes it 1-1. Big comeback there for Maltby, as that was close to making it 2-0. So now the left-handed hitting first baseman back in. 1 hit here could really widen this lead for the Bombers, and especially with the way that their starter Jimenez is pitching, it would feel like a lot for the Renegades. 1-1 pitch coming from Maltby. It skips in there. Nice block by Herschler. It's now 2-1.
Herschler doing a good job of saving the run there. Getting in front of that pitch, Maltby bounces it, and Maltby really needs to get in the zone here. It's starting to get into dangerous territory of walking in a run.
2 balls and a strike. Maltby just into the ball game here in the fourth. He's walked the first 2 batters that he's faced, both on full counts. Here comes the 2-1 delivery. It's in there with a fastball. That's one of the best that Maltby has located all night. Now even 2 balls and 2 strikes, a strike away from getting out of this jam. So now let's see what Maltby has got in store for Baker. 0 for 1. Runners at every single base. Will force anywhere. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. A 1-0 lead in the bottom of the fourth for the Bombers. Right-hander Maltby is set. Kicks the left leg. Here's his pitch, and it misses low. So now 3-2, and every runner will get a head start with 2 outs here in the fourth. So Maltby going to be forced to make a pitch here. Renegades deciding to go with their ace in relief, and so far it has not been easy for Maltby. He's walked his first 2 batters. They're loaded with 2 outs. Maltby a long look into his catcher, Herschler. Even longer look in, still trying to find the sign. There it is. 3 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. Here's the pitch to Baker. It's a strike, and ring him up. Strike 3, and they will strand the bases loaded as Maltby. He rears back and finded it when he needed it, and that saves the day for now for the Renegades. So Maltby will leave them loaded and keep this game 1-0 to the 5th we go. Renegades will have to rally. We'll be right back on the Show Me Sports Network.
The following public service announcement is brought to you by the Eddie Gaedel Society, Jefferson City Chapter 10, doing little things to make a big difference.
Want to make a big difference in your community? Be kind to others, drive safely, and put litter in its proper place.
Join us in celebrating Eddie Gaedel's historic Major League appearance as a member of the St. Louis Browns by doing something nice for someone today.
Take a walk, Eddie! MoX Dock and Norm Direct is back better than ever. Much more than your #1 ground shuttle transportation service to St. Louis Airport. Yes! MoX Dock and Norm Direct is Mid-Missouri's leader in premier group travel. Sporting events, concerts, wedding receptions, the lake, winery trips, Branson, plaza shopping, reunions, pub crawls. Group sizes from 1 to 100 or beyond. We do it all. Remember, we want you to ride MoX Dock and Norm Direct.
At Centurion Cares, for more than 3 decades, their focus has been on exceeding customer expectations for contact center software solutions. Their innovative communication solutions include utility interactive voice response software that allows for smart communication features that let your utility deliver superior customer service 24/7. They also provide other streamlined services like automatic call distribution, automated customer callback, reporting, and quality assurance. To find out more about how Centurion Cares can help your business, call them at 727-421-5300 or look them up online at centurioncares.com. Centurion Cares, innovative communication solutions.
Tommy Reether in to lead off the 5th inning for the Renegades and looks at a first pitch ball. Now swings at the next pitch and lifts it out to center field, but Hanson has got it measured up, barely having to move. Makes the catch for out number 1 here in the 5th, and Jimenez continuing to deal through 4 1/3 now.
Still no hits for the Renegades, so I think it's just Jimenez just really executing and being – the Renegades are getting some decent contact now, but Jimenez seems to have everything working for him in his favor.
So now Carter Goring will step in. Nobody on and 1 out. First pitch misses low for a ball, 1-0. Goring grounded out to the pitcher his first time up. Hit it right back at Jimenez, who made the play. Bombers just now jumping on the scoreboard in the bottom of the 4th inning. They lead 1-0. Goring now back in the box. 1-0 pitch, swung on a miss as he was late on the fastball. Now 1-1. Caden Deal, the right fielder, waiting on deck. Renegades are 2 games up on Nevada for the last wild card spot, and Nevada's trailing 10-2 against Carroll. Next pitch misses outside, so now 2 balls and a strike. So at the very least, the Renegades could really almost lock in a playoff spot. I'm not totally sure if they could clinch it, but we'll have to see. 2-1 pitch coming to Goring. He'll swing and foul it off his foot. Although it goes into fair territory, it was off his foot. So now it's 2 balls and 2 strikes to the Renegades' first baseman.
Gorling looks upset at himself for not taking that pitch right into left field. He was trying to pull down the left field line.
Renegades so far on the mound have used Voss, Parks, and now Maltby, who came in, walked the first 2, and then struck out a batter. Didn't allow a run. And now the Renegades, I'm sure, will be trying to use multiple innings out of him and now try and get a comeback victory. 2-2 pitch, line to the right side, but the second baseman, Williams, has got it. His throw to first is in time, and 2 up, 2 down, sounding like a broken record as the Renegades still yet to get a runner on base now through 1 out left in the 5th inning. So the right fielder, Caden Deal, will step in. He grounded out to second his first time up. I think 2 of the minutes, he hasn't had a lot of at-bats where it's gone deep into the count, so it just feels like he could work all the way through this one.
In the 2nd inning, he had a few that went – he was 3-0 in a couple, but he kept on executing, and the Renegades couldn't make him pay for it.
0-1 pitch coming to Deal is popped up left side. So now 0-2 as it gets out of play. Sun just going down here at Day Field. I'll tell you what, this game has picked up significantly because we only started about 1:15 ago, and we're already in the 5th inning as the Renegades keep getting set down in order in relatively quick fashion. No balls and 2 strikes to Deal. Here's the pitch. It misses outside, 1-2. Hopefully we can see better work out of Maltby in the next inning. He'll have 4, 5, 6. McGinnis, Dillman, and Polton due up. Here comes the 1-2 pitch to Deal, and that's a called strike 3. Well-located fastball by Jimenez, and that is going to be a backwards K for Deal. First time he's punched out tonight, and the 2nd strikeout for the Bomber starter. So Renegades go 3 up, 3 down again. Coming up in the bottom of the 5th inning is Maltby. We'll be right back on the Show Me Sports Network.
Throughout the course of any game, different actions stand out to different people. But everyone remembers a walk-off, especially if it's a walk-off wood bat. Handcrafted right here in Missouri, walk-off wood bat company bats are made with premium-grade maple, ash, and birch, fully customizable to make it truly yours. From the length and weight to the barrel and handle color, you're able to customize every feature of your wood bat, including personalized engraving with a 45-day warranty. In addition to selling custom handcrafted bats, they also offer a selection of bat accessories, including lizard skin bat grips and batting gloves. To help find your confidence at the plate, give Walk-Off Wood Bat Company a call at 816-261-1014 or visit wowbats.com.
Hello, Blake Gazaway here with the Show Me Sports Network. I've had the opportunity to have some amazing calls, including overtime touchdowns, walk-off home runs, and buzzer-beating baskets. But I've answered another call. That's to serve my community as a volunteer firefighter. Stop and think what would happen if your home or property caught fire and no one was there to put it out. Every day, volunteer firefighters not only save lives and property, but also respond to other emergencies. Nearly 2/3 of our nation's fire departments are manned by volunteer firefighters. And because of this, we simply need more volunteers to step up and answer the call. Stop by or contact your local fire department and see how you can become a volunteer firefighter today. I answered the call to serve my community. Will you?
Renegades starter turn reliever Brady Maltby, who's looking to have a better inning this time on the mound. He came in, walked the first two, struck out the last batter, and now we'll face McGinnis, who's 0 for 2. First pitch bends out of the zone, and McGinnis holds up his swing, so it's 1-0.
Good setup pitch with a slider on the outside. Now it sets up his fastball for the inside portion, and I like Maltby's approach already.
So 1 ball and no strikes. Here's the next pitch. Also misses low, so 2-0 on McGinnis. Flown out to right and flown out to center. So all he needs is a ball hit to left here to complete the flyout trifecta. 2-0 pitch coming from Maltby. It's a pitch just upstairs, and he's gone 3-0 to McGinnis. Maltby in danger of already walking 3 batters, only recorded 1 out so far. 1-0 ball game. Sedalia leads after 4.5. Next pitch grounded to third. Imgarden with a dive. He's got the ball. He's up with it. It's throw to first. It's not going to be picked by Goring, and that gets past the first baseman. Runner will stay put at first. I think that's going to go down as an infield single. It was a very tough play and just a little bit of a short throw made by Imgarden. McGinnis is on to lead off the 5th.
I agree with your ruling there. Imgarden, even keeping it in the infield, was impressive, and had a chance to get it at first, but I think the runner might have been safe even if Gorling picked it.
So now McGinnis will lead off the first base bag to start this bottom of the 5th. Zach Dillman is 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts, and he will step in against Maltby.
I like that outcome better than a walk by Maltby right there. So instead of getting a walk, make the batter do what he's got to do, and he ended up getting a single out of it. But I like Maltby's approach still.
So now first pitch coming to Dillman is going to be looked at upstairs. So now 1-0. Maltby so far this inning has thrown 4 balls and just the 1 strike that was put in play. So now 1 ball, no strike count. Renegades have the infield pretty much at normal depth. Gorling holds the runner on. Next pitch, this one finds his own. It's now 1 ball, 1 strike on Dillman. When Maltby's at his best, he's making quick work. It's not necessarily a ton of strikeouts, but he's getting balls put in play within the 3rd or 4th pitch. We'll see if he can start to do that here tonight out of the pen. 1-1 pitch to Dillman, misses upstairs. Now 2-1.
I wonder how much experience Maltby has coming out of the pen at his school, because he started for the Renegades majority of his time here, and that might be playing a part in this. Not enough warm-up pitches and whatnot.
So now 2 balls and a strike on Dillman, who's 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. This one lined to left, and that's going to get through and into the outfield for a base hit. So back-to-back singles against Maltby to start the 5th, and the Bombers have something cooking, looking to add to what is a 1-0 lead.
The catcher, number 14, Riley Polton.
Looking right now for Maltby, obviously from Greenville, so don't know if he has any relief experience, but he's getting the shot here tonight, and it's not been a great start, although plenty of time to rebound, and the Renegades only trailing by 1, but he's going to have to work with runners on 1st and 2nd and nobody out here in the 5th. So Polton now in, he's got a double and a flyout. Maltby could sure use out number 1 against this catcher for the Bombers. Runner at second base, that's McGinnis, who had an infield single, and then Dillman, who just got his first hit of the night, slapped 1 to left. Gorling does not hold him on. Bunt is shown and then pulled back by Polton. It's in there, called strike 0-1. Looks like Gorling was maybe expecting that because he hadn't held the runner on and he was just a step or 2 behind the grass, but Imgarden was way back at 3rd. So we'll see if the bunt play is on again. Head coach Mike D'Amelia is telling Imgarden to come in, basically just yelling at him to move in. So now no balls and a strike. Infield in at the corners, expecting bunt from Polton, who's 1 for 2. Maltby comes set, checks the runners, looks back a second time. Bunt is shown. Here's the pitch, and pulled back again is Polton, and it misses outside, 1-1.
Smart by the Bombers here, trying to advance these runners, especially with no outs. But hopefully Maltby can get another strike on him and take that option away.
It's now 1 ball, 1 strike count upcoming to the catcher, who had the first hit of the ball game for the Bombers. Excuse me, the second hit of the ball game for the Bombers. And stepping off the mound will be Maltby before the 1-1 pitch. Looks like the Griffins are on their way to getting run ruled because they trail in their game 12-2. So at the very least, if the Renegades can't come back here tonight, the Griffins won't pick up any ground, at least it looks like at the moment. 1 ball, 1 strike count to Polton. Here's Maltby's delivery. Bunt shown is popped up and right at my face. That was about as close as they come. There is the hard wire cage, so it was never going to bounce back and hit me. But yeah, that ball was fouled off directly at me. That was a fun experience.
Happy to have that out of the way, so now we know that this gate in front of us can protect our faces.
Well, like, I knew it wasn't going to hit me because I've been here before and it has happened, but I still had to just move just naturally. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes on Polton. Maltby looking to get out number 1. Infield moves back. Next pitch in there, called strike 3, and Maltby's got out number 1. Beautiful pitch there in a 2-strike count, and Polton not happy with himself. A wasted at bat there, and Maltby gets his second strikeout and his second looking strikeout.
Hopefully that'll get Maltby back on his normal game with somewhat of a power pitcher, I would say. It seems passive with his pitches, but hopefully that'll get him back, just loading up the zone and trusting his defense and getting some outs here.
So Nick Schmidt now in. He's got a walk and a ground out. Renegades could use a ground ball here and get them out of this 2-on-1 out situation. Bombers up 1-0. Next pitch in there, a strike 0-1. So Maltby's starting to find the zone a little bit. Gave up singles to McGinnis and Dillman to start this inning. And now 1 out after the strikeout of Polton. So Schmidt in. Lefty winds the bat a couple times before now straightening up as Maltby comes set. Checks the runner off of second base, McGinnis, and delivers. It's grounded to the right side. Goring has got it. He's got a play to second base, and it's thrown into left field. 1 runner will come in. That's McGinnis who comes to score. Going to third will be Dillman. Up to second base is Schmidt, and it's now 2-0 on the throwing error, and the lead has been doubled for the Bombers.
Tough play by Gorling there. I think he made the right decision. I think the only play he had was to try to get the out at second. Lucky to keep it on the infield, and it's just too bad that the play couldn't be made to get it out right there.
Well, yeah, Goring had to come far off the first base bag, but he really had no play at first with the hustle of Schmidt. Tried to go to second. Looked like the throw was going to be in time, but it was airmailed into left field. So no RBI, that's an E3. And now 2 more in scoring position as the Bombers now lead 2-0 and have got Dillman at third and Schmidt at second base.
Hopefully that doesn't get Maltby off his mark, because he was really filling up the zone right there, looking like his normal self.
So into the box now in first pitch, looked at a strike at the knees to Shoup. Walked and scored the first run of the game in the 4th inning. And Maltby gets a generous call there. Looked to be a little low, but it goes the way of the Renegades right-hander. Renegades have the corner infielders pulled in. They've actually got all the infielders pulled in. They want to prevent this thing from getting any more runs. 0-1 pitch just swung on a miss. Now 0-2 as Shoup was out in front of that pitch, and Maltby could really use a strike 3 right here and try and keep this 2-0.
Good use of the changeup right there to get the batter out in front of that pitch after a good fastball. So I would look for him to go back fastball here, maybe up and away, and try to get a swing and miss.
No balls and 2 strikes to Shoup. Here's the pitch. It's on the just off the outside corner, and that makes it 1-2. Fastball didn't miss by a whole lot, but missed off the outside corner. So infield still in. They're coming home if it's a ground ball right at him to try and get Dillman. Bombers have scored 1 in the 4th, 1 in the 5th. Renegades don't even have a base runner yet. 1-2 pitch coming. It's upstairs now. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Shoup. Renegades being stifled on offense here tonight after they put up 8 last night.
Long innings on defense too might not help the bats, as they can't focus on hitting, as they're having all these long defensive outings with a lot of base runners for the Bombers.
2 balls and 2 strikes. Here's Maltby's pitch. It's going to miss inside, and now the count has run full to Shoup. Does have first base open, but then they'd be loaded with only 1 out, and Webb, who had the RBI double last inning, waiting on deck. Maltby came into the game last inning. He has had to work. He's been laboring now having to face, this is his 8th batter, and he's only retired 2. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. Lefty batting DH Shoup is in. He's 0 for 1. And runners at second and third in Dillman and Schmidt. Schmidt just reached on the air. Here's a 3-2 pitch from Maltby. It bends inside. That's ball 4, and they're loaded again for the Bombers with only 1 out here in the 5th inning. Maltby has walked his 3rd batter now in just 0.2 innings. He's only recorded 2 outs, both strikeouts, but he has really not had the stuff. And we'll see now if anyone will start to warm up for the Renegades. Already didn't have a lot of pitchers. Now they've used 3 just to get through 4 1/3 innings.
Need someone to step up and go deep into this game, or like we mentioned at the beginning, we're going to see some unconventional pitchers coming to it.
Adam Webb takes a first pitch strike. It's now 0-1. Webb doubled down the left field line for an RBI in the 4th. That was off of Parks, who had been cruising up until that point, and that made it a 1-0 game. It's now 2-0, and bases loaded for the Bombers in the bottom of the 5th. Maltby comes set, infield still in with everyone on every base. 0-1 pitch is going to bend inside, now 1-1. Bullpen is dead silent, so obviously this is Maltby's game. But the Renegades surely would have hoped for much more efficient results so far. Maltby only giving up 1 run. As of right now, it's unearned, but a base hit here could make it earned. 1 ball and 1 strike to Webb. Here's the delivery from Maltby. It is at the knees, but apparently not close enough. It's now 2 balls and a strike as that one just missed to the shortstop.
Umpire motioned that it was outside. It was right on the corner. Good pitch by Maltby. Didn't get the call to go his way, though.
So he'll have to come back with a strike here. Don't want to fall behind 3-1 with the bases loaded. Maltby's already walked 3. Here's his 2-1 delivery. It also misses low in the dirt. And now 3 balls and 1 strike to Adam Webb. Renegades in danger of really starting to let this game unravel if Maltby can't find it here with a 3-1 count. So Maltby, a long look into his catcher, Herschler. Renegades ace being called into action here tonight. 3 balls and a strike, 1 out, bases loaded. Here's Maltby's pitch. It's upstairs. That's a walk to Webb, and a run will come in forced. And the 2nd run scored on the inning for the Bombers has a 3-0. That's also going to mean a meeting at the mound with Herschler, Coach Bexton, and Brady Maltby.
Hoping that this mound visit gets Maltby in the right mind space because, you know, we need him for this game, don't get me wrong, but even for the confidence for Monday's, hopefully, wild card game. You would not like to see this appearance go into probably a start on Monday trying to keep the season going if we can even make the playoffs. So hopefully Maltby's confidence isn't wavering and this meeting at the mound can get him back on track.
Maltby's faced 6 batters this inning. So far, 2 have come in to score, 2 of them earned. So now, after the mound visit is concluded, Maltby will have to go to work against Anthony Hansen, who is batting for the 4th time in 5 innings, and he's reached all 3 plate appearances, a single and then 2 walks. Not necessarily, I think, the person you want to have to face in this situation. So Hansen will step in, the left-handed batter facing the right-hander Maltby. Infield still in, although it looks like the middle infielders are going to play a little bit farther back, hoping for a double play. Corner infielders are on the edge of the grass, though. Hansen into the box. Maltby comes set. Runners at every base. 3-0 Bombers. Here's the pitch. It's hit well to right field. Right fielder Deal going after it. Still on the run. It's going to be center fielder Reether who makes the catch. Runner will tag. That's going to make it 4-0 as the throw comes in. It gets away momentarily. Runner now going to second. The throw, the tag at second base. And he's out at second base. Runner did come in to score to make it 4-0. But the Renegades will get 2 outs on the play as trying to advance to second base was Webb. And a perfect throw delivered by Imgard Ott has ended the inning. The Bombers do add 3, though, against Maltby and the Renegades. So we'll head to the 6th. Renegades still looking for a base runner. It's 4-0. We'll be right back in just a moment.
We are State Tech. We are hands-on education. When you choose the #1 2-year college in the country, you know you will be ready for your career. That's why at State Tech we say, from the classroom to your career, we are the employer's choice. We are State Tech.
Creating custom, handcrafted woodworking projects has never been easier. Become a member of Sawdust Studios and enjoy 24/7 access to a woodworker's paradise. Outfit with industry-leading professional-grade tools, Sawdust Studios offers endless woodworking possibilities. Don't have woodworking experience? No problem, as Sawdust Studios offers affordable classes from a community of woodworkers, experienced designers, and master craftsmen. Youth classes are also offered for those junior woodworkers. For more information, search Sawdust Studios on Facebook or find them online at sawdust247.com. Sawdust Studios, your community woodshop.
River Oak Christian Academy has been providing a strong biblical foundation and academic excellence within a Christian environment to students for more than 16 years. Located in Jefferson City, River Oak Christian Academy offers kinder prep through 7th grade with 8th grade to be added in the 2023-2024 school year. River Oak Christian Academy's
First pitch to Colby Ott here in the top of the 6th inning is a call and strike. So now 0-1 on the Renegades. Second baseman Herschler on deck, Hopkins in the hole. Next pitch hit to center, coming in is Hansen, and he makes the catch head high for out number 1. Renegades so far 1 out into the 6th. Still don't have a base runner, as Jimenez may be having a special night on the mound tonight.
You would think Jimenez having to sit down for so long with the long innings that his Bombers are putting in front of him might get him off his rhythm, but that's not the case of all. There's still no base runners for the Renegades.
It's 4-0 in favor of the Bombers. First pitch to Herschler is swung on a miss, 0-1. So far, Jimenez 5 1/3 has struck out 2, no walks, no hits, no runs. And like you mentioned, long innings at the plate for the Bombers. Jimenez has barely had to be out on that mound. Every inning he's gone 3 up, 3 down, and it's been quickly as it's now 1-1 to Herschler. Pretty much every inning for the Bombers is about as long as all the innings for Jimenez combined. Next pitch swung on and fouled off. It's now 1-2. Maltby gave up 3 runs in the bottom of the 5th, but only 2 of them were earned as a couple errors aided the Bombers. So 1 ball and 2 strike count to Herschler, who grounded out to second his first time up. Here's the pitch. It's a strike called at the knees, and a fastball gets Herschler looking. And the Bombers fans are absolutely loving it, and someone who I have to believe is Jimenez's father is absolutely cheering on his son out there, who is grooving through the first 5 2/3.
Absolutely. Jimenez right now is dealing to these Renegades hitters, and no one looks to seem like they can catch up to anything he's throwing at him.
Hopkins looks at a first pitch strike, 0-1. He flew out to right his first time up. Working quickly as always is Jimenez. 0-1 pitch, grounded right side, 0-2. Obviously, you and I both rooting for the Renegades, but it does bring me a little bit of joy to see how engaged Spade is for his son out there on the mound. Obviously, Renegades were hoping to get to him, but he is really cheering on his son. 0-2 pitch, swung on and missed, and another cry of happiness coming from the fans here at the ballpark as the Renegades go 3 up, 3 down once again. 2 strikeouts for Jimenez. Goes through 6 innings of perfect baseball against the Renegades. On to the bottom half of the inning. Renegades down 4-0. We'll be right back on the Show Me Sports Network.
Hi, I'm retired Army Sergeant Trent Dirks, and I want to tell you about an organization that saved and changed my life forever. Retrieving Freedom provides highly trained service dogs to veterans with disabilities and children with autism, absolutely free of charge, thanks to the generous donations and support from people just like you. Experts from Retrieving Freedom help throughout the entire process, from fostering programs through service dog placement. Retrieving Freedom gave me the skilled service dog Tracer, who has been my best friend and my lifeline. To find out more about how you can get involved, volunteer, foster, or to donate, visit their website, retrievingfreedom.org. Retrieving Freedom, changing lives through the training and placement of service dogs for veterans with disabilities and children with autism.
Last Sentinel Firearms is your federally licensed and registered Type 7 FFL manufacturer dealer in Missouri, providing quality products to all types of sports enthusiasts, law enforcement, and individuals across the nation. Orders are currently being fulfilled, offering custom-built pistols and rifles from the AR platform made right here in Missouri. Visit their website at lastsentinelfirearms.com or call them at 417-684-7202 to find out what they've got for you. Last Sentinel Firearms, you are your last line of defense.
After what I'm sure for Brady Maltby felt like all about an 8-second sit down on the bench in between trips to the mound, he is back out for this bottom of the 6th inning. Renegades trailing 4-0. Bombers only have 4 hits through the first 5, but they've got 4 runs thanks to a couple errors by the Renegades. And their starter, Erison Jimenez, has been excellent. His parents could not be cheering any louder So I will say I'm a big family guy. I can't get down on that part because that's been pretty cool to see. But obviously, Renegades through the first 6 do not have a base runner, so hopefully they can start to get things turned around. Maltby looking to keep this thing right where it's at. We'll face the top of this order, 2, 3, 4 here in the bottom of the 6th. Williams in. Maltby's first pitch swung on a miss, 0-1.
Job by Maltby to get out and head, and hopefully he can turn this around. Just for the matter of fact, the confidence he's going to need into going to this wild card game.
0-1 pitch just fouled off. So now 0 balls and 2 strikes. If you're just joining us, Renegades lead the wild card spot by 2 games with 4 to play, including tonight. And although they are not performing well on the field this evening, as I've mentioned a couple times, the Griffins are losing by 10 runs in the 5th, so it doesn't look like they're going to make up any ground on the Renegades. 0-2 pitch to Williams. It's a fastball just up, and that makes it 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Didn't miss that spot by much. I like the location. It sets up some off speed right here now.
So 1 ball and 2 strikes to Williams, who had flown out to right twice and then walked. Leadoff batter here in the 6th. Maltby's pitch, a called strike 3 on the off speed as Maltby gets a strikeout. That's his 3rd in a couple innings, and that's out number 1 here in the 6th.
Although Maltby has some strikeouts, that's one of the first times I've seen him really mix up his pitches and keep the batter off his toes a little bit, not knowing what's coming next.
So stepping in will be Jake Baker. He's reached on a hit by pitch, but has since grounded out and struck out looking. Bats with nobody on and 1 out in the bottom of the 6th inning. Into the windup now goes Maltby. Here's his first pitch to Baker, and it's snapped in there. Strike. Good movement on that one.
Absolutely. Off speed, he looks confident in now, and he can work off that plus fastball because it's he can zip it in there just like Sedalia starter Jimenez.
So no balls and a strike, 1 out. Next pitch, a fastball. That's in there, 0-2. Maltby certainly looking a lot better. Don't know what he's been able to find in between the last 2 innings, but certainly the command is back, at least in this inning.
I think it might just be some pitches, some warm-up pitches as he's used to starting games.
No balls and 2 strikes to Bauer. Pitch misses low, so now 1-2. Maltby's working quick, too. He was ready to go on the mound before Baker even stepped back into the box.
I like that. It shows his confidence, ready to get the next pitch going.
1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out, and nobody on. Here's Maltby's delivery. It's a fastball off the outside part of the plate, so now it's run. Even to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Bombers scored 1 in the 4th, then 3 more in the 5th. That has this at 4-0. They've got 4 hits so far. And here comes the 2-2 delivery. It's a pitch that just misses upstairs, 3-2.
I like that pitch. He went with his teammate Jeremy Part's approach, trying to loop in a curveball chest high.
So 3 balls and 2 strikes, nobody on, 1 out. And here's the delivery from Maltby. It is going to be swung on a miss, but it gets through the legs of Hirschler. It may allow him to reach. Hirschler's got it. His throw to first is going to be late, and safe at first base is Baker. And although credit the strikeout to Maltby, that's a drop 3rd strike, and now a runner on first with 1 out. Just the way this game's going tonight, that's something about everything that has gone wrong, it will go wrong.
Absolutely. Get a strikeout, then have the deep backstop again. Be a thorn in your side tonight. Isn't what the Renegades need, but it gives them a chance to get out of this with a double play here.
Well, also, at least you have the chance for some rare air if Maltby can strike out the next 2 and give him the 4th strikeout inning. That'd be something cool to see. McGinnis, and he scored a run his last time up. Looks at a strike here, 0-1.
Seems to not have phased Maltby as he's right back in there executing pitches.
McGinnis reached to start the 5th inning. Looks like the scoreboard here had that down as an error. We said it was a single. I still think that was a single as this one is fouled back 0-2. So really looks like the Bombers have 5 hits instead of 4 runs. Only 3 of them earned against the Renegades. Quickly, no balls and 2 strikes from McGinnis as Maltby looks for strikeout number 3 of the inning, although there's just 1 out. Maltby's delivery, here it comes. It is swung on a miss as out in front of that was McGinnis. And that's strikeout number 3 in the inning for Maltby and out number 2. And I'll tell you what, I'll just come right out and say it. I'm rooting for the 4th strikeout inning here. That'd be pretty cool.
I am too. I can tell you I've been in baseball all my life and never seen one of those in person, so I'm rooting for it also.
Dillman in. Runner on first base. That's Baker who reached on a drop 3rd strike. Swing and a miss to Dillman. And Maltby's stuff is elite right now, at least in this inning.
His off speed looks like what it normally does, and that's why he's becoming more effective here.
Maltby quickly checks the runner. He's been working quick this inning. Here comes the 0-1 pitch to Dillman. It's hit well to shallow left center field. Coming in is both the center fielder and left fielder. Matashek can't hang on, and that falls into the left center field grass. They'll rule that as an error. No hit for Dillman. And now first and second with 2 outs in this inning for the Bombers.
With some outfielders not playing where they normally do, might have had a little effect on that. It looks like Matashak and the center fielder, Reether, almost got crossed up there, and it might have made Matashak take his eye off the ball for a second, and it dropped.
So runners now at first and second. Polton will step in. He struck out his last time up. That was a strikeout looking for out number 1 in the 5th. Now with a base hit could extend this Bombers lead. Runners take their leads at second. It's Baker. Dillman at first. Baker reached on a strikeout, and Dillman reached on an error. So pretty unconventional ways to reach base. Maltby comes set. Here comes the right-hander's first delivery to Polton. It is going to miss outside a ball 1-0.
Although we're behind in this game, I think the biggest takeaway needs to be no more mistakes and try to clean them up for a couple of really important games the rest of this week here.
1 ball and no strike. Big lead off second base. Here's Maltby's delivery. Fastball hit right side into shallow right. Going out is Ott. Coming in is Deal. Who wants it? Deal's calling for it, and he makes the grab for out number 3. And Maltby essentially gets out number 5 right there to end the inning. He strikes out 3 and then has a couple base runners reach. To the 7th we go, and minutes is perfect. He's coming back out when we're back on the Show Me Sports Network. Renegades trail 4-0.
Since 2018, Han Custom Laser Engraving LLC has been specializing in all things custom, using large format, high-powered lasers with some of the most advanced technologies on the market. Anything can become a canvas. The state-of-the-art system makes quick work of custom engraving on cups, glass, tile, wood, acrylic, metal, headstones with endless possibilities. They also offer custom one-of-a-kind signs that are sure to make your design stand out. Find them on Facebook at Han Custom Laser Engraving or call 573-489-8732 to find out more. Han Custom Laser Engraving LLC, a veteran-owned business.
Hi, this is Nick Hoslag, owner of Hoslag Landscape and Design. Every day, my highly trained team of experts works hard to give you the outdoor living area you've been dreaming of. By focusing solely on landscaping and hardscape construction, this has made us the preferred landscape and design company serving Jefferson City and the central Missouri area. Thank you for all your continued support in voting us as winners of the Reader's Choice Awards and Jefferson City's Best multiple years running. When you are ready to begin your dream outdoor project, call us at 573-301-9464 to schedule an estimate or visit hoslaglandscape.com.
Ben Schmidt, Bryce Creasel coming to you live from the Doc and Norm Direct broadcast booth. Go riding with Doc and Norm Direct, Mid-Missouri's leader in premier group travel. Group sizes from 1 to 100 or beyond, they do it all. Doc and Norm Direct is also the official transportation provider of the Renegades, getting us to all our road games safely, efficiently, and in style. So to book your spot for your next adventure, call them at 573-256-1991 or email reservations@moexpress.com. Renegades, you've got 3 more trips to the plate to try and come back from a 4-0 deficit and snap what is a 5-game losing streak. And if they lose this one, they would drop to 15-23. It'd bring the Bombers to 20-20. And starter for the Bombers, Harrison Jimenez, has perfect through 6. We'll see if the top of the order can snap that skid. Matashek, Wagner, and Imgarden here to start the 7th inning. Jimenez working quickly. First pitch swung on a miss as Matashek goes down to a knee. As Jimenez through 6 has struck out 4, no hits, walks, or runs. Matashek is 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a ground out. Next pitch is outside a ball, 1-1.
Third time through the lineup, you're hoping for Renegades to get him in his number here and get some base runners.
1-1 pitch to Matashek right down the middle, and Matashek took it on the fastball. So now 1-2. Jimenez having the cheering section as always in between pitches. I think they may be starting to realize what he's got going on tonight. 1-2 pitch, hit to right field. It is going to get down, and the Renegades finally have a hit and a base runner tonight. It was a shallow sinking line drive to right, and Matashek has got the Renegades on the base pass with a single to right field to start the 7th inning.
Happy to see that. Good piece of hitting right there. He went down and got that ball, and might give the rest of his teammates some confidence to show that this guy is, in fact, hittable.
So now Matashek off of first base. Jimenez having to pitch out of the stretch for the first time all night long here in the 7th inning. Still plenty of work to do for the Renegades, who trail 4-0. Wagner steps into the box. Here's the first pitch. It's going to be taken upstairs, 1-0. So now Menace, who yet to have a walk and a run given up, just gave up his first hit, a single to right by Matashek. Wagner in a 1-0 count now. A little bit longer look in. Here's the pitch. It misses outside, 2-0. It'll be interesting to see how the base runner affects Jimenez because he's been pitching on adrenaline and no one allowed. And I think the catcher Polton realizes it too. He's going to go out and have a quick chat in a 2-0 count.
Yeah, his stuff looked a little less sharp after the base runner. He might have realized what, even though innings away, how close he was to a perfect game. And trying to calm him down right now, and hopefully it'll take time for Wagner to realize what's probably coming. That'll be a fastball center cut.
Well, you see pitchers talk about it, and although they say they try to keep it out of their heads, it feels like most of them start to really think about it about the 5th or 6th, and Jimenez was through 6 perfect, so I can guarantee it was on his mind. 2 balls and no strikes now to Wagner. Next pitch, fastball center cut, and Wagner took it. Now 2-1. You are right on the pitch, but Wagner keeps the bat on his shoulder. So now runner on first base in Matashek. Baker holding him on. First base runner for the Renegades. 2-1 pitch now to Wagner. A looping breaking ball, and that's in there. A strike now 2-2. It looks like that stuff has not been lost by Jimenez.
Definitely found it right there. Wagner needs to be aware that that off speed might be coming again.
So 2 balls and 2 strikes to Wagner. Look in. Here's the pitch. It's going to be grounded weakly, but that's foul, and it stays 2-2.
Good job to fight off that off speed, just like I said. Wagner, he's got a good approach at the plate. I look for him to try to push something into right field here to move that runner over.
So once again, 2 balls and 2 strikes after the foul ball. Wagner into the box. Here's the delivery. It's swung on back up the middle, and that's into center field. Renegades have back-to-back base hits. Matashek up to second base. Wagner's to first, and Doak now, but the Renegades may very well be alive in this ballgame with 2 hits here to start the 7th. Wagner, that's probably about the best hit ball we've seen all night. Matashek's single wasn't at all that hard, but Matashek put good wood on that one and sent it right back where it came from for a single.
Yeah, Wagner did a great job of working that count and getting a pitch he could drive right up the middle. That's a good piece of hitting. Let's see if Imgard can keep the line moving.
So Imgard in, he had 5 RBIs and a 3-run bomb last night. One of those here would make it a 4-3 game. He shows bunt, pulls it back. It's a ball, 1-0.
I like that decision as we need to chip away off of this 4-run lead and try to get a runner on third for the on-deck hitter, Reether.
Reether on deck, Gorling in the hole. 2 base runners now in the 7th were the Renegades' first 2 all night. They're going to throw back to second, but Matashek is back in safely. Home plate umpire making that call because we have no infield umpire tonight.
So far, the home plate umpire has done an exceptional job with managing 2 umpire spots tonight.
So 1-0 pitch coming to Imgarden. Matashek was behind 0-2 before he singled. Now the pitch to Imgarden. He shows bunt. It's going to be popped in the air, and that'll be caught. Matashek back to second. The throw's going to be made into right field, so both runners will advance. Wagner to second, Matashek to third, and now 2 in scoring position for the Renegades. As making the catch was a menace, but that's just a play where you got to eat the ball. He tried to hurry it, and that cost him potentially if Reether can come up big right now.
Absolutely. Not the exact way Imgarden was thinking about it, but the same result. So gives Reether a chance to really do some damage here. Might pick to click.
So moving up to third base will be Matashek and Wagner to second after the pop out from Imgarden. Coach for the Bombers out of the mound. Don't know if they're coming to take out a menace or just a meeting at the mound. Looks like they're going to talk this one over. It is a 4-0 ball game, but a base hit here by Reether would get the Renegades right back into it and cut the lead in half. Renegades had been kept off the base paths for the first 6, 18 up, 18 down, but now very much alive. And with their ace, Maltby, starting to figure things out. If the Renegades can put some runs up here in the 7th, you might like their chances to potentially claw their way back in this one.
Absolutely, especially the way Maltby pitched last inning. He looked very sharp, the normal guy we're seeing here. So Renegades need to scratch off a couple runs here and try to get back to this ball game.
Maltby essentially got 5 outs that last inning. So now Reether in, biggest spot of the game, second and third, 1 out, first pitch taken, a strike. I don't think Reether liked the call as it was at the knees, 0-1. So back in quickly, both batter and pitcher ready to go for this one. Off a second is Wagner. Matashek's at third. Infield playing pretty much normal spots. This pitch misses low and Reether holds. Now 1 ball, 1 strike.
Reether wastes no time, right back in the box. He's working just about as fast as Mendez right now.
So 1 ball and 1 strike. Here comes the delivery. Reether swings, hits it softly. Shortstop going out. Webb, he is going to give way. A diving catch by the left fielder, but he did not catch the ball. Left fielder Schmidt dove, and he signaled like he made the catch, but the home plate umpire ruled he dropped the ball. And the way he had to reach down, I think that's the right call. Bases are loaded with 1 out now. Honestly, I don't know what the fans are yelling about because he's having to make that call from home plate. And if you look, the left fielder Schmitz went down to the ground to grab the ball. It looked about as clear as day that he didn't hang on to it.
Another thing, even in a 2-man rotation, if the other umpire was here, he makes that call anyways. Home plate umpire has all fly balls as the infield umpire.
Since it was a pop-up, both runners had to hold, so Matashek and Wagner stay put, but the Renegades now have them loaded on the hit by Reether, and now that's going to mean the end of the line for Jimenez, who will give way to a new pitcher. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Renegades have them loaded with 1 out in the top of the 7th inning, trailed 4-0. We'll be right back on the Show Me Sports Network.
Running out of some of your favorite Avon products and haven't seen an Avon brochure in quite some time? No need to worry. Avon Independent Sales Representative Michelle Carty can help with your Skin So Soft makeup, jewelry, fragrance, and skincare needs. Avon now carries cleaning supplies, clothing, daily essentials, and several small LG electronic items. You now have the opportunity to shop online 24/7 and have your order shipped directly to your front door by shopping with Michelle at mcarty.avonrepresentative.com or find her on Facebook by searching Avon Carty.
At the Boone County Journal, we're with you all the way. We know that you're more than just a subscriber. You're an employer, you're a parent, you're a neighbor. Most importantly, you're a community member. It's our goal to provide you with the latest news, sports, opinions, obituaries, classifieds, and more to keep you informed about your community. To find out more about the Boone County Journal or to subscribe, call 573-657-2334 or visit bocojoe.com. The Boone County Journal. We're with you all the way.
When things come out of left field, having a game plan matters. Farmers Insurance has over 90 years of experience helping people play through every stage of the game. We've seen almost everything, so we know how to cover almost anything. Talk to Farmers Agent Christopher Scott at 573-896-0131 to see how I can help you stay in the game. That's Christopher Scott at 573-896-0131.
We are farmers. Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum.
Underwritten by Farmers Truck Fire Insurance Exchanges and Affiliates. Products not available in every state.
Bases loaded for the Renegades in this top of the 7th inning, showing 4-0. But Gorling steps in to face the lefty Carter DeGognia and takes first pitch upstairs, 1-0. Lefty in now as the Renegades have sprung to life in the top of the 7th. They were no hit. Didn't have a base runner through the first 6 and now have them loaded with 1 out in the 7th inning. 1-0 pitch coming. It swung on a missed, and that makes it 1-1 on Gorling.
DeGognia has a odd release point here. He drops it down a notch than what the traditional way is, so it might give the Renegades hitters some troubles here.
1-1 pitch coming to Gorling. It's going to miss low now, 2-1. Scoreboard here at the ballpark ruled error on that Reether hit. I think you and I both agree. Based on where that was played, that probably should go down as a base hit.
That was going to be a tough play, diving play, in fact. So, yes, I agree. I think that's a base hit for Reether.
2-1 pitch coming to Gorling. It's swung on and foul-tipped into the glove of Poltins. Now 2-2. Harrison Jimenez goes 6 1/3, strikes out 4, gives up 3 hits. So far, 0 runs, but every base runner his responsibility. And now Carter DeGognia into the ball game. Here's the lefty's 2-2 pitch to Gorling. It's going to be swung on, hit to center field, and that's going to get down for a base hit. Coming in is Matashek. The wave is on for Wagner, and they're actually going to hold him up as the throw comes in. So everyone moves station to station. The Renegades are now down 4-1, and the tying run is on base thanks to Carter Gorling.
Good decision by the third base coach there to hold up Wagner. He would have been gunned at the plate pretty easily.
Well, the wave was originally on, but then slamming on the brakes was Wagner. Gorling just hit the ball so hard that I agree with you. A good call there. So now 4 hits in the inning for the Renegades and a run scored. And new addition Caden Deal is in with the bases loaded. First pitch, foul ball. Reether move up to second on the play. Wagner to third. So still bases loaded for the Renegades. A ball in the gap here could tie this thing up at 4 apiece. Left-handed hitting right fielder Deal back into the batter's box. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. It's swung on and fouled off. Actually foul off the plate, then again off Deal's helmet. That makes it 0-2. This inning has gone single, single, bunt pop-up, and then single, single, and a run scored. Wagner at third, Reether at second, Deal at first, Gorling at first, Deal in the batter's box. Here comes Deal to pitch to Deal. He takes below the knees, and that makes it 1-2. Crowd doesn't like it, but I can tell you that that was nowhere near the knees.
Fastball with some upper velo there made sound for a good pop, but definitely not a strike.
1 ball and 2 strikes. Here comes the pitch from the lefty. It's outside. No, even 2 balls and 2 strikes as DeGognia just into the ball game. Gives up a hit to the first batter he faces, Gorling, and now he's in a 2-2 count to deal the second batter he's facing. Into the windup now goes DeGognia. Here's the 2-2. It's outside, and now it's run all the way full, and one more ball would force in a run and move the tying run into scoring position for the Renegades.
Good at bat by Deal here to make DeGognia make a pitch and not to walk in a run here.
So 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, 4-1 Bombers lead. Here's DeGognia's pitch. It is swung on, grounded left side. Third baseman is going to have it. He has 1 play, that's to first, and he makes it. But Wagner scores. It's now a 4-2 ball game, so successful at bat by Caden Deal, and now 2 more in scoring position. A base hit by Ott, who's coming up, could tie the game.
Lefty-righty matchup here. This should go in Ott's favor.
Third baseman McGinnis on a ball hit pretty slowly, basically had 1 play, and that was to get the runner Deal at first base. Everyone else advanced, so now runners at second and third. First pitch to Ott upstairs, 1-0. Otto for 2 with 2 flyouts to center. Gorling at second base, he singled home a run, and Reether at third. Gorling was sprinting home so hard on that ground ball, he almost about ran into the cage in front of us. 1-0 pitch, hit in the air, out to right. Right fielder Dillman going after it, now slowing up. He looks to be under it, and he makes the catch, route number 3, and the Renegades will leave the tying run on base. But not after a successful inning, as the Renegades tack on 2 runs. They've got 4 hits and have cut the lead in half. To the bottom of the 7th we go. We'll stay in a stretch here at Day Field. Don't go anywhere. We've got Renegades Baseball on the Show Me Sports Network.
The capital city and the surrounding area for 70 years, Animal Medical Center strives to provide the best possible medical service for your pet in a caring atmosphere. To promote quality healing and preventative care in a fear-free environment, Animal Medical Center of Jefferson City is a full-service veterinary hospital. Whether your pet has fur, feathers, or scales, Dr. Greg Boyer and Dr. Kayla Terry have the experience and expertise to treat complex medical conditions, as well as providing annual well checks and vaccinations. Animal Medical Center of Jefferson City is the only veterinary hospital in the capital city accredited by the American Animal Hospital Association. To schedule an appointment, call the team at Animal Medical Center of Jefferson City at 573-636-4626.
The following public service announcement is brought to you by the Eddie Gaedel Society, Jefferson City Chapter 10, doing little things to make a big difference.
Want to make a big difference in your community? Be kind to others, drive safely, and put litter in its proper place.
Join us in celebrating Eddie Gaedel's historic Major League appearance as a member of the St. Louis Browns by doing something nice for someone today.
Take a walk, Eddie.
Nick Schmidt in to lead off this bottom of the 7th inning for the Bombers, and the Renegades have found themselves right back in this one thanks to 2 runs in the top of the 7th inning. Pushed starter Jimenez out of the ballgame, who finishes with 6 1/3, gives up 2 runs. And coming in to close it off was DeGognia, as the Renegades had the tying run at second base with 2 outs, but they leave him stranded. Malby back out there, misses with a ball low, 1-0. As it'll be Schmidt, Shoup, and Webb. No one warming up for the Renegades, so this game will continue to belong to Malpe, who looked much better in the 6th, struck out 3 batters. 1-0 pitch now to Schmidt, grounded weakly right side. It is going to stay fair. Gorling has got it. He steps on the bag, and that is out number 1. Although Gorling fumbled with it a little bit, he was able to gain control, and 1 up, 1 down for Malpe here in the 7th. Big for Malpe here to keep Nevada right off the scoreboard after the Renegades have found some momentum.
Absolutely. Malpe, I've said it again, win or lose this game, hopefully he can keep it going here so his confidence strides into a most likely start on Monday if the Renegades are lucky enough to make the wild card game.
Cade Shoup in. He's walked each of his last 2 plate appearances. Looks at a first pitch that misses inside, 1-0. You mentioned this in between innings. Nevada losing 12-4 in what inning? The 6th inning? 7th?
7th inning.
7th inning,
yes.
So looks like they're on their way to a loss. 1-0 pitch, foul ball to Shoup. Renegades, if they can come back and win, they may be able to clinch. We are not totally sure, because since the season series is tied 4-4 and the Renegades would be up 3 with 3 to play, we're not totally sure what the next tiebreaker is. So we'll have to try and figure that out as this game goes on. Renegades will have to rally, trailing 4-2. Malpe's next pitch in. There are strikes, and now 1-2. Renegades brought Maltby into this game in the 4th inning, and he's gone 2 1/3, struck out 5, and given up 2 earned runs. 1-2 pitch, and misses low, so now 2 balls and 2 strikes to Shoup. Renegades trail 4-2, 1 out into the bottom of the 7th inning.
You see the confidence oozing out of Maltby right now, working fast, talking to Horschler the whole time.
2-2 pitch, ring him up, backwards K, called strike 3 for Maltby, his 6th of the outing, and like you were saying, he has really found the stuff here. So Shoup is set down on strikes for the 2nd time tonight, and now Webb will step in. He's got an RBI double and a walk for an RBI, although he was thrown out trying to go to second to end the 5th inning. Now steps in with nobody on and 2 outs, and then swings and fouls the first pitch to Horschler, and I believe that got Horschler on maybe the knee or leg area. It goes down to his side. Looks like he's all right, though. Took the foul ball right there, and the umpire is going to give him a few extra moments.
Hopefully he is okay, because the backup catcher, Luke Fuller, caught 13 innings last night. So I'm sure today was a rest day totally for him, and need Horschler to stay in this game to catch.
So after a quick talk at home play with head coach Mike D'Amelia, it looks like he is all right. Umpire was giving him some time. He walked the ball out to Maltby himself. PA guy just gave a shout out to Joe Horschler there. I don't know what for, but we'll take it. So no balls and a strike coming to Webb. Next pitch is in there, a called strike, 0-2, and Maltby a strike away from getting through a perfect 7th inning and sending us to the 8th, and still a 2-run ball game. Renegades trail 4-2. Here's Maltby's 0-2 delivery, swung on a miss, and down goes Webb on the swing and miss. A beauty of an off-speed pitch, and Maltby's got it working now.
His best of the night. That was nasty. Good for Maltby to get out of there. Very good inning.
So now we'll go to the 8th inning. Renegades trail this one 4-2. We'll see who comes out for the Bombers, looking to lock this thing down. Renegades looking to rally. We'll be right back on the Show Me Sports Network.
MoX Dock and Norm Direct is back better than ever. Much more than your #1 ground shuttle transportation service to St. Louis Airport. Yes! MoX Dock and Norm Direct is Mid-Missouri's leader in premier group travel. Sporting events, concerts, wedding receptions, the lake, winery trips, Branson, plaza shopping, reunions, pub crawls. Group sizes from 1 to 100 or beyond. We do it all. Remember, we want you to ride MoX Dock and Norm Direct.
At Centurion Cares, for more than 3 decades, their focus has been on exceeding customer expectations for contact center software solutions. Their innovative communication solutions include utility interactive voice response software that allows for smart communication features that let your utility deliver superior customer service 24/7. They also provide other streamlined services like automatic call distribution, automated customer callback, reporting, and quality assurance. To find out more about how Centurion Cares can help your business, call them at 727-421-5300 or look them up online at centurioncares.com. Centurion Cares, innovative communication solutions.
Throughout the course of any game, different actions stand out to different people. But everyone remembers a walk-off, especially if it's a walk-off wood bat. Handcrafted right here in Missouri, Walk-Off Wood Bat Company bats are made with premium grade maple, ash, and birch, fully customizable to make it truly yours. From the length and weight to the barrel and handle color, you're able to customize every feature of your wood bat, including personalized engraving with a 45-day warranty. In addition to selling custom handcrafted bats, they also offer a selection of bat accessories, including lizard skin bat grips and batting gloves. To help find your confidence at the plate, give Walk-Off Wood Bat Company a call at 816-261-1014 or visit wowbats.com.
Hello, Blake Gazaway here with the Show Me Sports Network. I've had the opportunity to have some amazing calls, including overtime touchdowns, walk-off home runs, and buzzer-beating baskets. But I've answered another call. That's to serve my community as a volunteer firefighter. Stop and think what would happen if your home or property caught fire and no one was there to put it out. Every day, volunteer firefighters not only save...
Sorry, Blake, we'll hear the rest of your commercial later because the Renegades are coming to bat, trailing 4-2 in the top of the 8th inning. And new pitcher lefty Chase Carson is coming into the game. DeGania goes 2/3 of an inning, gals 1 hit and no runs in relief of Jimenez. And now Carson looking to keep the Renegades behind by 2 runs. It'll be the bottom of the order, Horschler, then Hopkins, and then back to the top in Matishit due up. And before a pitch is even thrown, we're going to have a mound visit between Polton and Carson. Not often something you see before a pitch is even thrown.
No, Bombers going with 2 power lefties here. Both of them tall, 6-foot stature, good fastball. So I'll be excited to see if the Renegades can handle Carson here.
Herschler and Hopkins both 0-for-2, as was every Renegades hitter through their first 2 trips to the plate. But the Renegades really got things going in the 7th. 4 hits and 2 runs have them back in this ball game. And when Nevada loses, Renegades can pretty much, for all intents and purposes, wrap up the wild card spot. First pitch to Herschler in their strike 0-1. Can't say for sure if the Renegades have it because we don't know perfectly what the tiebreaker is since the Renegades and Nevada split the season series. Renegades could have clinched last night had they won, but they lost against Nevada. 0-1 pitch to Herschler, grounded right side. That is going to get into right field for a base hit, and the Renegades have their 5th hit of the game, and the tying run will come to the plate here in the 5th on the form of Hopkins. Herschler's first hit of the night.
Joe Herschler just pushing that ball into the opposite field right in between the first and second baseman. That's a good piece of hitting. Waited for that fastball to get deep and pushed it right into the opposite field. Good on Joe, and good to give Hopkins a chance who's had a hot bat to push him over to second.
So Hopkins facing Carson will step in as the tying run for the Renegades, who trail 4-2. They were down 4-0 after 6. Now 4-2 after 7. Runner on first, nobody out. In the 8th, Hopkins takes a first pitch strike. Just stabs the inside corner to make it 0-1. Starter Ayrton Jimenez was perfect through 6. Had allowed no hits and struck out 4, but then allowed a couple, 3 of them to be exact, in the 7th inning. Gave up 3 runs, 2 earned. 2 runs, 2 earned, obviously, because there's only 2 runs in total. 0-1 pitch to Hopkins, misses low. It gets away. Herschler's going to try and go to second. Now we'll go back to first. Probably a smart play there by the Renegades catcher. Not great speed.
Almost picked off there at first, too, if it was a good throw by the catcher. Close call, especially when you need 2 runs by Herschler there.
So 1 ball and 1 strike on Hopkins. Matashek waits on deck and Wagner in the hole. So the big boys are coming up. Arguably 3 of your better hitters right here coming up in order, and Hopkins, Matashek, and Wagner. So now 1 ball, 1 strike. Here's the pitch to Hopkins, grounded left side. That thing is into left field for a base hit. Back-to-back hits to start this 8th inning. The Renegades are alive, and we'll turn it over to the top of the lineup with 2 on and nobody out.
I'm willing to say Taylor Hopkins might be the best 9th place hitter in the Mink League right now. He is swinging a hot bat, spraying it all over the field.
So Jack Matashek will come in. I would assume this is the reason why they brought Carson in the lefty, because now we're going to go to a bunch of straight lefties for the Renegades in the top of the lineup. And Matashek will step in. Tying run at first. Renegades trail 4-2 in the top of the 8th, looking to snap a 5-game skid. Pitcher Carson looks out towards the runner. Now delivers to Matashek upstairs, 1-0. Matashek broke the perfect game with a single to right to start the 7th inning, then scored on the Gorling RBI single. Righty batting left fielder tonight, Matashek now steps back into the box. Nobody warming for the Renegades, so it'll be Maltby back out for the bottom of the 8th. 1-0 pitch coming to Matashek. It misses low below the knees. It's now 2 balls and no strikes to Matashek.
Figure Matashek's going to get a good pitch to drive here and hopefully far enough in the outfield to score the catcher, Herschler.
So now Matashek into the box. 2 balls and no strikes. New pitcher Carson facing his 3rd batter of the inning. Checks the runner Herschler, who's dancing off a second. Here's the pitch. Matashek will take inside. It's 3-0. The throw to second, and the pitcher Carson actually deflected otherwise. They may have had a shot of a pickoff throw. Herschler came way off the second base bag, and the catcher Polton fired a missile to second, but the pitcher Carson stuck his hand up there and knocked the ball down.
That is something I've never seen before, but I think you're right. I think Herschler would have been gunned at second if the deflection didn't happen there.
At the very least, there's probably a dive and a tag. It's now 3 balls and no strike. You would think maybe Matashek maybe taken all the way with a chance to load the bases. Look out towards second for Carson. Here's the pitch. It is going to be a called strike at the knees. Generous call there, to say the least.
Absolutely. That same pitch was a ball earlier in this at-bat, but Matashek's job is to be in there to hit, so let's see him drive one out.
So 3 balls and a strike. Matashek without a homer this year. Now would be a great time for number 1. Carson checks the runner. Shortstop Webb is shading towards the bag. 3-1 pitch, and it's fouled off, headed towards the parking lot. And now Carson has bounced back to make this 3 balls and 2 strikes on the Renegades leadoff hitter.
Matashek did a good job of swinging at that pitch right there. It was a fastball, low of the zone, would have been a strike, so I like the aggressiveness swinging the bat.
3 balls and 2 strikes, nobody out, and runners on first and second with the Renegades down 4-2 in the 8th. Carson comes set. Here's his 3-2 to Matashek. It's going to be grounded to the right side. Second baseman Williams boots it and it's into the outfield. On his way home to score is Herschler. Going to second base, to third base is the runner Hopkins. And now the tying runners at third and first and third with no outs for the Renegades here in the 8th.
Some luck starting to go the Renegades' way with an error right there by the second baseman. And let's hope Wagner can take the most momentum and score the runner Hopkins at third right here.
If that's fielded cleanly by Williams, that may be a 4-6-3 double play to get 2 outs, but instead it's booted, and now it's a 4-3 ball game, and the tying run, and Hopkins moves up to third on the error. So Wagner in, Matashek at first, Wagner at third. Renegades down 4-3, seemingly dead through 6, now have come alive in the 7th and 8th. Carson comes set. First pitch to Wagner is taken at the knees, a called strike. And Renegades dugout with some groans. Did not like that call at all. We'll tell you this, though. If Wagner can tie this game with a ball in play, that's all he needs with nobody out. You have to like the Renegades' chances because you'll take Maltby against whoever comes out of that Sedalia bullpen.
Absolutely, the way he's been cruising the past 2 innings.
0-1 pitch coming to Wagner. He swings and misses. Chase slow and away. And big here for Wagner to put a ball in play because then if you strike out for out number 1, it would set up a potential double play with Imgarden on deck. Although Imgarden does have some speed, so you'd have to turn it quickly. This inning has gone single, single, and then E4 to drive in a run for the Renegades. No balls and 2 strikes. Carson comes set, looking directly at Matashek at first. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Wagner looks low. He started to go. They rule he did not go, and that keeps it 1 ball and 2 strikes.
He did a good job of holding up the swing there on the off speed. Haven't seen a lot of off speed from Carson, but has it in his bag, but I'd look fastball here.
So 1 ball and 2 strike. Left-hander Carson bent over at the knees, looking into the catcher. Comes set now. Runners at the corners with no outs. And here's the pitch. Wagner takes low. I think I heard some groans there by Goring before the pitch. He does that pretty much every chance he gets, and I think he's trying to get into the head of the pitcher. At least you love when the dugout's engaged.
Absolutely. Back into this game. Sedalia's crowd has quieted, and the Renegades dugout right now is doing all the cheering in the stadium.
Runner at third base is Hopkins, and runner at first base is Matashek. Nobody out. 2-2 pitch coming to Wagner. He will swing and foul it off. That's bound for the Renegades dugout. We'll do the 2-2 again. Wagner came up in a similar situation with a big runner on third last night and fell behind 0-2, and then worked a long at bat and worked it all the way into a walk. It didn't lead to a Renegades eventual run, but in a similar situation, Wagner showing shades of the same type of at bat, just continuing the battle here with 2 strikes. Carson has got the sign. He's set. Lefty will bring home the 2-ball, 2-strike pitch to Wagner. Here it comes. It misses low, and it's run all the way full to Wagner, and another miss here would load him up with nobody out and push the go-ahead run into the scoring position. And now those groans coming from the Renegades dugout are only getting louder. They sense that this is their time to capture the tie game or lead here in the 8th. Imgarden waits on deck. 3 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. Runners at the corners. Don't think we'll see Matashek go here, but who knows. Carson comes set. Here's his 3-2 pitch to Wagner. It's fouled off, headed towards the parking lot, and this at-bat continuing to go along for the Renegades walk king.
Cole Wagner sees a bunch of pitches in every at-bat. Very few times he sees it up there and not sees at least 5 pitches. He has good plate awareness, and he's looking forward to payoff for him right now.
So 3 balls and 2 strikes, nobody out. Carson facing his 4th batter of the inning. Runners at the corners, and the Renegades trail 4-3. Coming set now is Carson. Here's his 3-ball, 2-strike pitch to Wagner. It is hit in the air out to center, not deep, but Hansen has got it measured. Lining it up is Hopkins. He looks like he wants to tag. The catch is made. Hopkins is going to come to the plate. The throw's offline, and Hopkins is in. We are tied at 4 in the 8th. So Cole Wagner, after falling behind 0-2, gets the job done. Hopkins scores, and this is a brand new ball game. Went out into the 8th inning, and the go-ahead run is also at first.
Renegades, like you said, have to feel good with Maltby dealing right now, and let's keep it going. Get on them while they're starting to get cold here, the Bombers. So Imgarden looking to do something with this ball, and it would take one deep into the corner, score Matashek, but it could happen here.
Matashek off of first base. This game now a 4-4 tie. Renegades have got themselves 6 hits, all of them coming in the last inning and a third, along with 4 runs. Here's the first pitch to Imgarden. He takes a pitch below the knees. That's 1-0. Imgarden in, Reether on deck. Renegades have new life thanks to 2 in the 7th and 2 in the 8th, and now we're tied. And Maltby will be coming back out for the Renegades in the bottom of the 8th. Imgarden had 5 RBIs and a 3-run blast last night. He's back in against the lefty Carson. Light wave with a back elbow. Here's the 1-0 pitch, and it misses low now. 2-0 on Imgarden. Renegades have had a Hirschler run scored on an error, and then a Wagner sac fly to drive home Taylor Hopkins to tie this game. And Matashek reached on, aforementioned error is on at first base. 2 hits and an error so far this inning. 2 balls and no strikes to Imgarden. Here's the pitch. He fouls it off left side, and that will get out of play. Not even the wacky dimensions of Day Field could hold that one in.
No, good fastball there by Carson, and Imgarden doing everything to fight it off.
So now a 2-ball, 1-strike count. Imgarden looking to put the Renegades out in front, or at the very least move the go-ahead run into scoring position for Tommy Reether, who waits on deck and singled his last time up. Here comes the 2-ball, 1-strike pitch to Imgarden. Waits in the back of the batter's box. He will swing, line it out to shallow center field, but it won't get there because Webb makes the catch from his shortstop position for out number 2. Nice grab there by the shortstop of the Bombers. Wasn't hit all that hard. It was hit right back up the middle, but enough time for the shortstop Webb to run under it. And with that being out number 2, I think that will be all for the pitcher Carson, as the Sedalia coach is out and pointing towards the bullpen. So we'll take a quick break with a new pitcher coming in, but the Renegades have tied the game. We'll be right back in the top of the 8th inning in just a moment.
We are State Tech. We are hands-on education. When you choose the #1 2-year college in the country, you know you will be ready for your career. That's why at State Tech we say, from the classroom to your career, we are the employer's choice. We are State Tech.
Creating custom, handcrafted woodworking projects has never been easier. Become a member of Sawdust Studios and enjoy 24/7 access to a woodworker's paradise. Outfit with industry-leading professional-grade tools, Sawdust Studios offers endless woodworking possibilities. Don't have woodworking experience? No problem, as Sawdust Studios offers affordable classes from a community of woodworkers, experienced designers, and master craftsmen. Youth classes are also offered for those junior woodworkers. For more information, search Sawdust Studios on Facebook or find them online at sawdust247.com. Sawdust Studios, your community woodshop.
River Oak Christian Academy has been providing a strong biblical foundation and academic excellence within a Christian environment to students for more than 16 years. Located in Jefferson City, River Oak Christian Academy offers kinder prep through 7th grade, with 8th grade to be added in the 2023-2024 school year. River Oak Christian Academy's primary goal is the discipleship of the next generation to impact the world for Christ. Average class sizes are just 16 students, with a student body composed of families from over 30 area churches. Kinder prep offerings include 3 and 5 full-day sessions, with kindergarten offering a half-day and full-day programs. To find out more about River Oak Christian Academy, call them at 573-634-3983.
Tommy Reether in with a runner on first base and 2 outs in the top of the 8th inning. Renegades have just clawed their way back to tie it at 4. A new pitcher, Antonio Escano, is in to try and keep this thing tied for Sedalia. And Renegades have Matashek at first base. Reether has a hit in his last at-bat, now steps in, and here's the first pitch to him. It's a strike taken, 0-1. Carson goes just 2/3 of an inning, gives up 2 hits. Did not have help on his defense with the error, but gives up 2 runs to allow the Renegades to tie the game, and now have 6 hits all coming in the last 2 innings at the plate. 0-1 count to Reether.
Find it interesting by Sedalia to pull the lefty out of the game with the lefty Reether come to the plate, but we'll see if it pays off for him here.
So 1 ball, 1 strike now to Reether. If I'm making the win percentages, I honestly may think it may be in favor of the Renegades, maybe like 55, because you have to think the Renegades are going to have the better pitcher in Maltby coming back out. He just one has swung on a miss now, 1-2. It's a tie game, and although there will be more plate appearance coming up for Sedalia, I'll take Maltby over anyone out of their bullpen.
Absolutely. The confidence he's portraying, I expect dominance this next inning following.
Especially now in a tie ball game. So 1 ball, 2 strike to Reether. Here's the delivery. It is going to miss low. Runner was going. Matashek is into second base, and they rule him out. Wow, what a call. I thought Matashek was in there, but they ruled that Polton threw him out. Webb with the tag, and that's a caught stealing for Matashek to end the inning, who was trying to get into scoring position. And maybe a different call there if we have a field umpire. But regardless, that's going to end the top of the 8th. To the bottom half we go. Renegades now tied at 4. Maltby taking them out when we're back in just a moment.
Hi, I'm retired Army Sergeant Trent Dirks, and I want to tell you about an organization that saved and changed my life forever. Retrieving Freedom provides highly trained service dogs to veterans with disabilities and children with autism, absolutely free of charge, thanks to the generous donations and support from people just like you. Experts from Retrieving Freedom help throughout the entire process, from fostering programs through service dog placement. Retrieving Freedom gave me the skilled service dog Tracer, who has been my best friend and my lifeline. To find out more about how you can get involved, volunteer, foster, or to donate, visit their website, retrievingfreedom.org. Retrieving Freedom, changing lives through the training and placement of service dogs for veterans with disabilities and children with autism.
Last Sentinel Firearms is your federally licensed and registered Type 7 FFL manufacturer dealer in Missouri, providing quality products to all types of sports enthusiasts, law enforcement, and individuals across the nation. Orders are currently being fulfilled, offering custom-built pistols and rifles from the AR platform made right here in Missouri. Visit their website at lastsentinelfirearms.com or call them at 417-684-7202 to find out what they've got for you. Last Sentinel Firearms, you are your last line of defense.
Four ball game as we head to the bottom of the 8th inning, and Brady Maltby is back out after he has essentially the last 2 innings been dominant. He had to get 5 outs in the 6th due to a drop third strike and then an error on the left fielder Matashek, but then retired all 3 he's faced in the last inning, and he struck out 7 batters in 3 2/3 innings. This may be the best strikeout stuff we've seen Maltby have, and he's really turned it up as of late. And now the first pitch will be fouled off, and that's going to be the leadoff hitter Hansen. So we'll face the top of the order for the Bombers, 1, 2, 3, Hansen, Williams, and Baker, with Maltby looking to keep this thing tied at 4-4. 0-1 pitch coming to Hansen. It's going to miss low, so now 1-1. Maltby has got 4 walks so far, and 3 of them came against the first 4 batters that he faced. So now 0-1 pitch coming to Hansen. It's going to be in there, a strike. Excuse me, that was the 1-1 pitch. So now it is 1-2 on Hansen.
Maltby wasting no time, ready to get this K right here.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Maltby looking for strikeout number 8, and it's going to bend low. A nice block by Hirschler. It's now 2-2. This game is tied for the first time since the bottom of the 4th inning. And now the Renegades have a chance with a Nevada loss to pretty much stamp their ticket to the playoffs. Don't believe it's completely over as this one misses low, so it's now full. But Renegades would then have to lose out if they were to win tonight to not make the playoffs. Maybe even clinch. We're still not completely sure because we don't know what the second tiebreaker is. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. Maltby's pitch misses low, and that's a leadoff walk as Hansen will head down to first base to start the 8th. As Maltby lost a little bit of control there after jumping ahead 1-2. And now he'll have to work out of the stretch with a runner on first base here. Nobody out in the bottom of the 8th. Sedalia looking to jump back out in front.
After the long inning by the...
Now 1 ball and 1 strike. Maltby will quickly glance over to the runner Hansen, and now will deliver to Williams. Gets the bunt down. Imgarden comes in. He's got 1 play. He throws to first. Gorling's got it for out number 1. So moving up successfully to second will be Hansen on the sac bunt. And the go-ahead run for the Bombers now in scoring position with 1 out here in the 8th. Nicely placed bunt there by Williams.
Absolutely. I understand the idea by the Bombers, but with Maltby's strikeout stuff, it strikes me as somewhat odd to give up an out.
So now Baker will step in with 1 out. A base hit could put the Bombers back out in front after the Renegades had just tied it. And now Baker, the first baseman, who's been hit by a pitch, struck out twice, and grounded out. Baker's reached twice tonight on a hit by pitch and a drop third strike. Not often you see something like that. So Maltby working with a runner in scoring position will have to face Baker, and Maltby will step off the mound and will Hansen back to second base. Renegades just tied this game. Don't want to give the momentum right back up, especially with the Renegades looking to take the lead in the top of the 9th inning. They'll have their middle of the order, 4, 5, 6 due up. It's part of what ignited the Renegades rally, and now Hirschler's going to go out and have a talk with Maltby. Don't think they were on the same page before that first pitch to Baker.
We've seen a lot of that tonight, just with both teams too, just not on the same page. Get late in the season here, you'd think some continuity would not be a problem, but slow Maltby down a little bit right here, and now we got the umpire talking to Coach Mike D'Amelia.
Don't know what's happening because the umpire had said something to head coach Mike D'Amelia, who then came out of the dugout pretty quickly. Don't know what the call was. Maybe a thing about mound visits? Have the Renegades used too many mound visits? I don't know if that's even a rule
Well,
in Mink League play.
I was about to ask. I don't know the Mink League ruling on that with mound visits. It did look last night in Nevada that the home plate umpire did motion up to the press box where we were at after every mound visit, maybe signaling counting of how many have been taken. But
Well, it looks like the umpire right after kind of said my bad, so I don't know what the official ruling is. I would be careful, though, because I would guess if you do that too many times, then you would have to take the pitcher out of the ballgame, and obviously the Renegades can't afford to do that here with Maltby.
absolutely not. Their bullpen is small tonight, but Maltby is easily the best option they have.
Well, Maltby has got through 3 2/3 innings of relief and given up 2 earned runs along with striking out 7, and he's now in a 0-0 count to Baker. Runner off of second base. First pitch is going to be in there. A called strike 0-1. So a long wait for that first pitch, but it was worth it as Maltby delivers a beauty there. I don't think Baker liked that call, and he started to argue with the umpire. The umpire was explaining that that's been a strike all night.
Absolutely. Outside corner. Perfect placement by Maltby.
So no balls and a strike. Maltby comes, sets, quickly glances back towards the runner. Hanson second. Now here's the 0-1 delivery, grounded right side, but that's foul. 0-2. Maltby with a big opportunity here to get a strikeout and keep that runner from moving up.
This is when he works best, when he can work that off speed and have a few pitches to waste. Needs to be mindful of the deep backstop, as that has hurt the Renegades a couple times tonight, but look for him to throw some off speed and play around a little bit.
So, no balls and 2 strikes on Baker, who's struck out twice tonight, looking to avoid the hat trick. Maltby and the Renegades would gladly take it here with a go-ahead run at second and 1 out in the 8th. Here's the 0-2 pitch. It misses low, but a perfect block by Hirschler. That was textbook, because if that gets by at all, Hanson standing to third right now.
Absolutely. Good job by Hirschler. He's been very good for the most part, blocking those pitches in the dirt.
Hanson got a good secondary there, so if that kicks left or right whatsoever, I can guarantee you he's on his way to third. But Hirschler smothered it perfectly. So now 1 ball and 2 strikes against Baker. Braden McGinnis waits on deck. Maltby comes set. Here's his 1-2 pitch. It is hit in the air to left. Matashek going back on it. Now looks to have it measured up. He's under it, and he makes the catch for out number 2. Runner will have to stay put, and a huge out number 2. And we could be potentially looking back if Maltby gets out of this inning and look towards that sack bunt, giving up a free out as to part of the reason why the Bombers didn't score a run.
Absolutely. He's found it, trusting his defense to make a play. Mashak with a good play out in left field.
So now it'll be up to Braden McGinnis if the Bombers want to look to jump out in front here in the bottom of the 8th inning, but force the Renegades to have to come back in the 9th if they do. If not, we'll head to that inning in a tie ball game. This rate, we may be looking at extras for another game. Feels like every other game now is heading to extras. So now first pitch coming to McGinnis. Struck out his last time up against Maltby. Here's the pitch. It's outside, a ball 0-1. Maltby had struck out Williams, Baker, and McGinnis, all 3 of them in the 6th. And now looking to strike out McGinnis here in the 7th. That would give him his 8th strikeout in just over 4 innings of work. Maltby comes set. Runner off of second base. That's Hanson, who's got good speed out there. And here comes the 1-0 delivery. It is looked at a strike, and that's on the outside corner. Slight shake of the head by McGinnis. And it's now 1 ball and 1 strike on McGinnis.
I believe McGinnis was shaking the head at himself, expecting off speed, and Maltby blowing the fastball right by him.
Probably a good call there because that was potentially pitched to take out to right field. A ton of room to work with over there. 1-1 pitch coming. Swung on a miss out in front of the changeup, and Maltby now a strike away from sending us to the 9th. Runner off of second base, Hanson. He was there with 1 out. Then Maltby bounced back to get the fly out of Baker. Now ahead 1 ball and 2 strikes of McGinnis. 2 outs, bottom of the 8th inning in a 4-4 ball game here at Day Field. Maltby comes set. Here's his 1-2 pitch. It is swung on, hit in the air left side. It's curving foul, but will Matashek have a play on it? He slows up, and that one will get over the wall out of play, and we'll have to do it again. No question that was going to be foul, but it was just whether it would stay in foul enough ground for Matashek to have a play. So we'll do the 1-2 pitch once again with good speed out second and Hanson, who's been on base 4 times tonight. Any hit most likely puts the Bombers out in front 5-4. So back on the mound now is Maltby, right-handed batting first baseman. McGinnis back in the box. He's got a single, 0 for his other 3. Right-hander light wave of the bats. Waves it twice now, waiting for Maltby to come set. Now he's ready to go. Maltby checks the runner off a second. Here's his 1-2 pitch. It is fouled off, and he was late, but he got enough to make contact, and we'll do it again. Relatively straight-up defense on the infield for the Renegades. Imgard and Hopkins on the left side of it, playing in the normal spots. Second baseman Ott shaded up the middle a little bit, and Goring playing behind the bag at first. Pulled a little closer towards the first base line. So there is certainly room to work with if McGinnis can go opposite field. Pretty much any ground ball on that right side may make its way into right. Maltby comes set. Here's the 1-2 pitch. It is swung on, hit in the air right side, and that will get out of play. And this battle continuing on for another pitch between Maltby and McGinnis.
Battle, you are right. McGinnis hanging in there, fouling off about every pitch Maltby has to offer. Maltby's going to have to dig deep to try to find a pitch to put batter McGinnis away here.
Keys have been handed to Brady Maltby out of the pen, looking to help the Renegades ride into the playoffs for a Monday wild card game. Maltby comes set, checks the runner. Here's his 1-2 pitch to McGinnis, and it's fouled again. Neither player willing to give in. And this one will go another pitch. It's still 1-2. Maltby just continuing to pump strikes, and every one McGinnis hasn't been able to time up, but just make enough contact to stay alive. For the Renegades, Drew Voss went the first inning in 2/3, giving up no runs. Jeremy Parks went 2 innings, giving up 1, and then Maltby 3 1/3. Actually, he's up to 4 now, giving up 3 runs, 2 earned. So Maltby, long look in. Hirschler's going to lay down the signs, and Maltby will step off and fake a throw back towards the second base bag. Maltby, excuse me. I mixed Maltby and Brady there for a moment, but Maltby is on the bump. 1 ball and 2 strikes once again. Here's his delivery. Swung on and missed, and a big pump of a fist as a strikeout number 8 for Maltby ends the 8th inning and send us to the 9th, tied at 4. Renegades will be coming to the plate, looking to take their first lead of the night. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back on the Show Me Sports Network.
Since 2018, Han Custom Laser Engraving LLC has been specializing in all things custom, using large format, high-powered lasers with some of the most advanced technologies on the market. Anything can become a canvas. This state-of-the-art system makes quick work of custom engraving on cups, glass, tile, wood, acrylic, metal, headstones with endless possibilities. They also offer custom one-of-a-kind signs that are sure to make your design stand out. Find them on Facebook at Han Custom Laser Engraving or call 573-489-8732 to find out more. Han Custom Laser Engraving LLC, a veteran-owned business.
Hi, this is Nick Hoslag, owner of Hoslag Landscape and Design. Every day, my highly trained team of experts works hard to give you the outdoor living area you've been dreaming of. By focusing solely on landscaping and hardscape construction, this has made us the preferred landscape and design company serving Jefferson City and the central Missouri area. Thank you for all your continued support in voting us as winners of the Reader's Choice Awards and Jefferson City's Best multiple years running. When you are ready to begin your dream outdoor project, call us at 573-301-9464 to schedule an estimate or visit hoslaglandscape.com.
Running out of some of your favorite Avon products and haven't seen an Avon brochure in quite some time? No need to worry. Avon Independent Sales Representative Michelle Carty can help with your Skin So Soft makeup, jewelry, fragrance, and skincare needs. Avon now carries cleaning supplies, clothing, daily essentials, and several small LG electronic items. You now have the opportunity to shop online 24/7 and have your order shipped directly to your front door by shopping with Michelle at mcarty.avonrepresentative.com or find her on Facebook by searching Avon Carty.
Tommy Reether in to start this top of the 9th inning, 4-4 ball game. Swings and misses at the first pitch to make it 0-1. Next one fouled off, and Escano back out for a second inning on the mound. He looks to be pumping some gas in there.
Absolutely. You mentioned he comes out to the Edwin Diaz, the Mets closer song, who knows a thing or two about throwing for triple digits. So Escano looking like Edwin Diaz out there right now.
0-2 pitch to Reether, swung and fouled off. That's going to head to the parking lot. Keeps Reether alive, who was up when Matashek was caught stealing to end last inning. This will be 4-5-6, Reether, Goring, and Deal. Renegades have tied this thing with 2 in the 7th, 2 in the 8th to make it 4-4 in the top of the 9th inning. Benchmate Bryce Creasel coming to you live from the Doc and Norm Direct broadcast booth. This next pitch grounded right side. First baseman Baker's up with it, and he'll step on the first base bag. 1 up, 1 down here in the 9th. And with Carter Goring coming to the plate, looking to have some magic in his bat, I want to tell you about Walk-Off Wood Bat Company. Handcrafted right here in Missouri, Walk-Off Wood Bat Company bats are made with premium grade maple, ash, and birch, fully customizable to make it truly yours. From the length and weight to the barrel and handle color, you're able to customize every feature of your wood bat, including personalized engraving with a 45-day warranty. First pitch to Goring is swung out, line to right field, and that is down into the right field corner. Goring hustling all the way. He's going to turn and slam on the brakes. That's back-to-back hits for Goring, and that was good contact there. Maybe that was the magic in the walk-off wood bat, and the Renegades now have a base runner with 1 out at the top of the 9th inning. Back to Walk-Off Wood. In addition to selling custom handcrafted bats, they also offer a selection of bat accessories, including lizard skin bat grips and batting gloves. To help find your confidence at the plate, give Walk-Off Wood Bat Company a call at 816-261-1014 or visit wowbats.com. So Goring with a single to right field. Now first pitch is a ball to Caden Deal. Deal so far 0 for 3, but had an RBI ground out his last time up.
Gorling has been the key cog in the Renegades offense tonight, doing a great job of spraying it all over the field and giving the Renegades a shot here to win the game and push even closer to the playoffs, if not clinch them.
Iscano's 1-0 pitch missed inside to run it to 2 balls and no strikes. Gorling off of first base is being held on by Baker. Deal in with 1 out and Ott waiting on deck. Here comes a 2-0 delivery to Deal, who will take. That's a called strike, and a tough called strike at the knees, 2-1.
Inside part of the plate, tough one to get some wood on, so I understand the take there by Deal.
Deal, first game with the Renegades out in right field tonight. Here's the 2-1 delivery. He will swing, ground it weakly right side, and that will be ruled a foul ball because it got the foot of Deal. So now we're even 2 balls and 2 strikes. Renegades do have a runner on, but they will have to score here in the 9th inning, and if they don't, they will either be walked off or will be headed to extras for the 2nd straight night. On the left side of the infield, McGinnis and Webb, Williams and Baker on the right side for the Bombers. Baker holding the runner on, everyone else in pretty much normal spots, and a throw over to first, Goring back in time safely. So back into the box will be Deal, looking for his first hit of the night, 0 for 3. Ott also 0 for 3 waiting on deck. Renegades just got their 7th hit. Here's the pitch to Deal. It's hit in the air to left. Left fielder Schmidt going after it. He slows up and turns to make the catch for out number 2. Pretty good wood on that one for Deal, but hit almost right at Schmidt. And that's now 2 out in the inning. It'll be up to Ott if the Renegades want to score here in the 9th.
I have an update on the Merchants and Griffins score. The Griffins have just scored 3 in the bottom of the 8th. Merchants up 13-7, heading to the top of the 9th, according to Carroll Baseball's Twitter page. So it looks like Carroll, if they can close it out, the Griffins will lose tonight's game.
Renegades with a win would improve back to 3 games up over the Griffins. First pitch to Ott outside, momentarily gets away, but Ott will stay put. Goring will stay put as Ott looks at ball 1. Again, with the Renegades, if they win here and the Griffins don't come back, Renegades will be up 3 with 3 games to play. It may be enough to clinch the playoffs, but we're not totally sure. It's that pitch of strike 1-1 to Ott. Renegades could have clinched last night because they would have won up 5 games and took the season series, but with the loss, it made them 4-4 against each other. So that's just why we don't know what the next tiebreaker is. 1 ball and 1 strike. Colby Ott in, who's 0 for 3 with 3 flyouts. And here's the delivery. It gets away, and Goring's going to move up into scoring position. It was a ball low and outside, and it went past the glove of the catcher, Polton, and Goring easily up to second base, and now with 2 outs and a runner in scoring position for the Renegades. Interesting decision there by Polton. He didn't get his body in front of it. He just tried to backhand it on a bounce, and it ended up costing him. So now Ott with a ball into the outfield could put the Renegades up 5-4. Goring at second base, decent speed. Ott, the second baseman for the Renegades, back into the box. Escano will look back at the runner now. Deliver 2-1, popped up to the right side. Running after it is Baker, but that one will get out of play. Didn't want to speak too soon because I made that mistake earlier, and the play was made. As the dimensions here at Day Field, there's a whole lot of room to work with, and it's essentially where the first baseman Baker ended up running. He ran all the way around and behind the Renegades dugout. That section is all foul territory.
Took a 360 to see where the ball might have ended up behind us, if that gives anybody a indication of how deep this field goes.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Goring at second. Here's the pitch to Ott. Swung on a miss. It gets away, but Polton is up with it. His throw to first is caught by the first baseman Baker, and Ott goes down on strikes for out number 3 in the 9th. The Renegades leave a runner on. We'll head to the bottom of the 9th now. Renegades and Brady Maltby are going to send us to extras. We're tied 4-4, and we'll be right back in just a moment on the Show Me Sports Network.
At the Boone County Journal, we're with you all the way. We know that you're more than just a subscriber. You're an employer, you're a parent, you're a neighbor. Most importantly, you're a community member. It's our goal to provide you with the latest news, sports, opinions, obituaries, classifieds, and more to keep you informed about your community. To find out more about the Boone County Journal or to subscribe, call 573-657-2334 or visit bocojoe.com. The Boone County Journal. We're with you all the way.
When things come out of left field, having a game plan matters. Farmers Insurance has over 90 years of experience helping people play through every stage of the game. We've seen almost everything, so we know how to cover almost anything. Talk to Farmers Agent Christopher Scott at 573-896-0131 to see how I can help you stay in the game. That's Christopher Scott at 573-896-0131.
We are farmers. Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum.
Underwritten by Farmers Truck Fire Insurance Exchanges and Affiliates. Products not available in every state.
Brady Maltby back on the mound as the Renegades look to keep this thing tied at 4 and send it to extras. Maltby's final warm-up pitch is delivered, and here we go. How about Brady Maltby out of relief? Rocky start, but he has picked things up as of late.
Absolutely. The start that he had, I was looking over to the bullpen to see if any movement was happening, and Coach Mike went with him, and it has proven to be the right decision as he knew what Maltby had into him, and we've seen it the past few innings.
Well, there is a pitcher warming for the Renegades. That looks like Luke Fuller down there, and I don't believe he's pitched at all this season. You mentioned earlier we might see some interesting names as first pitch swung on a miss to Dillman, and I would guess maybe as Maltby has already thrown 4 1/3, this could be the last inning for Maltby, and if this thing goes to extras, we may see Luke Fuller on the mound. 0-1 pitch popped up out to the right side. That makes things 0-2.
Maltby seems to be wasting no time here, so maybe his pitch count is a little higher than expected, so he's going right at him trying to get through this inning.
Yeah, it is Luke Fuller that's warming up. Catcher, so you know he has an arm, but hasn't made a pitching appearance. 0-2, just missed now, 1-2. You want to double check and see if Fuller has any pitching appearances so far this season? I would guess no, but I don't want to say for sure.
Absolutely.
But we do have the stats packet. 1-2 pitch coming. It misses way up and into Dillman, and now we're even 2 balls and 2 strikes out of the right arm of Maltby. So now 2 balls and 2 strikes. Dillman back into the box. Here's Maltby's pitch, and it's fouled off just off the inside part of the bat. Didn't even sound like it hit wood. Sounded more like it hit the arm of Dillman. And it will keep the at-bat alive at 2-2. Rice having to jump through some hoops just to retrieve the packet just because of how they set up here is at the ballpark with the beam in front of us. So 2 balls and 2 strikes to Dillman. Maltby looking for strikeout number 9 and the first out here of the bottom of the 9th. Here comes his delivery. It is just up and away, and that runs it full. Didn't miss by much, but does not get the call. It's now 3-2.
I can confirm the catcher, Luke Fuller, has no Mink League appearances this year, and to my knowledge, I don't think he pitched in either one of the non-league games.
3-2 pitch from Maltby. It misses low, and that's a walk to start the bottom of the 9th. And Dillman will reach base for the 3rd time tonight as the Bombers look to walk things off here in the bottom of the 9th inning. Dillman will be on. Don't know what the leash is for Maltby, how much longer they'd let him go. But Fuller has been throwing now for the entirety of this 9th inning. Highly doubt, knowing Maltby, he's not the type of guy who would want to give up the ball in this situation. But at some point, you got to look out for your player. First pitch bunt is shown by the batter, and it actually goes foul off of Herschler, and he goes down behind the plate. Hope he's all right. He may have taken that one off the face as Polton bunted it foul, so 0-1. But now the question is Herschler okay?
Considering our backup catcher is warming up in the bullpen to pitch this game, I sure hope, not only the fact that we hope that he's okay, because Joe's a great guy, but we need him to stay here and catch here, if at all possible.
Well, Herschler is now sitting up, but he took that foul bunt right off the mask, off the bat of Riley Polton, and then immediately went down. Catcher Polton is talking to him. I think a little bit of catcher-catcher conversation going on. There's some smiles going around. I'm sure Polton is saying, hey, catchers, we stick together. I wasn't trying to hurt him on purpose. There is a whole lot of smiling going on, so I think after a breather that Herschler may be all right.
Herschler has taken a beating tonight, just as we saw Fuller taking 13 innings last night. So we know the catchers are a tough group that sticks together, and happy to see he's up standing around and waiting for this next pitch from Maltby.
Both times when Herschler has went down and needed a minute, when he's came back up, the PA announcer will just say Joe Herschler, and I don't understand why, but I just think it's funny.
Just a shout out for being tough back there, I think.
Well,
maybe.
that's a good point, because he has certainly earned it tonight. And I would assume we'll just keep switching back and forth between him and Fuller, as once again Fuller still warming in the bullpen. Maltby now on an 0-1 count. We'll see if Polton shows bunt once again. He's 0 for his last 3, but doubled his first time up. Runner at first base, that's Dillman. Maltby comes set. Infield in at the corners. They're bunting bunt. It's shown and then pulled back. Pitch misses up high. So now 1-1. Maltby so far 4 1/3 has struck out 8. He's walked now 6 batters to give up 2 hits and 2 earned runs. That's kind of wild. He's only given up 2 hits but walked 5. That's really been his problem. Just the command has been sporadic at times. When he's been on, he's been great. 1-1 pitch. Bunt shown. It's gotten down. Imgarden has got it. It will roll foul. He'll let it roll foul, and that's a heads-up play by Imgarden, because that may have allowed the batter Polton to be safe at first base.
Heads-up play right there. It also puts 2 strikes on, so it takes the bunt away.
He dropped his glove like he was going to go down to get it, and then I think he realized at the same time that thing was taking a hard left turn for the foul line, and not only does it make it 2 strikes, it would have been a tough play to get the hustling Polton, and now we'll see if Maltby can take advantage. That's a heads-up play by Imgarden. So now Maltby in a 1-2 count, no more bunt with 2 strikes, infield playing back. Here comes the delivery. Bunt is shown. It's gone down. It's got down fair. Maltby off the mound. The throw is over. It is in time. Gorling got it. The runner moves up into scoring position. That's a gutsy play right there with 2 strikes to put down the bunt. And with the infield back, I think that's part of the reason why Polton did it. And he got it down fair. Always recorded for the out, so the same as if he would have done it with no or 1 strike. But now the walk-off run is at second base.
Gutsy play did pay off for the Bombers there. Maltby needs to dig deep and try to get out of this inning.
So Nick Schmidt's been on twice tonight. A hit here could walk this thing off, and now head coach Mike D'Amelia's out of the dugout. Is he going to go take the ball from Maltby and bring in Fuller with the running run at second? Going to wait and see if this is just a mound visit. Fuller has not emerged from the dugout, so this could just be a situation where he's asking his guy, hey, are you good to keep going?
I'm going to assume the pitch count's getting up there, and Coach Mike's thinking about the playoffs here if he does end up pulling him out. But it looks like it's just going to be a conversation. So it looks like Maltby's going to stay in this game and have a chance to close out at least the regular portion of the ball game.
So runner at second base, it's Dillman. He just moved up to there on the sac bunt, and Nick Schmidt will step in. Looks like the umpire is going to go out there and break up this conversation. Maltby will be staying in this game. Just looked like a conversation among Maltby, the catcher, and the whole infield. Maybe talking a little bit over here. Don't think it'd be the worst idea to put Schmidt on and then set up a double play, but Renegades will not do that here. I guess then if you put Schmidt on and set up the double play, then with Maltby, who's been wild with command, all it takes is 2 walks to lose the game from that point. So I've talked myself out of that decision. So runner on second base with 1 out. Maltby was in this situation last inning and got out of it. Schmidt into the batter's box now. Here's a delivery. First pitch right down Broadway. That's a strike 0-1.
Again, to that last point you made, also the chance of us hitting a double play with some throwing errors already. It has happened a bunch this year, but too risky for my blood.
So no balls and a strike. Maltby checks runner, now delivers. It will bend just below the knees. Couldn't catch the outside corner. And it's now 1-1 on Schmidt, who grounded out his last time up. Reached on an error and scored a run in the 5th.
Maltby with a smile back there to home plate. He really wanted that curveball to break in there for a strike.
Renegades have the third baseman, Imgarden, all the way over towards the second base bag. Actually, no, that's Hopkins. This pitch misses low, so now it's 2 balls and a strike. The batter, Schmidt, was blocking the third baseman, Imgarden, so I thought they had a shift going, but now I realize they're playing pretty much normal spots. So 2 balls and a strike, 1 out, 4-4 game in the bottom of the 9th inning. Sedalia looking to walk it off and improve to 20-20. Maltby will check the runner, and here comes his delivery to Schmidt. He swings, lines it to right field. That is down a base hit. Right fielder Deal is up with it. They were going to hold the runner as it was hit so hard, and that's a good decision because Deal would have gunned him down. But now the winning run is 90 feet away with 1 out as Schmidt singles to right field. So good for the Renegades. The run doesn't score, but bad for the Renegades. Now a ball in play could walk it off. definitely the right decision, as that was on one hop directly to Deal, and we already know he has an arm.
Absolutely.
Dillman would have been a dead duck.
That's about the second run that Deal has saved tonight because of his throw back into the infield. So Deal, first game tonight as a Renegade, and got a healthy arm getting it back in the infield there.
So head coach Mike D'Amelio looked like he came out of the dugout. Don't think anything is being changed. Our runners at the corners. Infield is in. A run here wins this game. 4-4, bottom of the ninth. First pitch to Shoup is looked at outside, 1-0. So Maltby looking to pull the rabbit out of the hat and send this to extras, but he's going to have to strain the winning run who's at third, and there's only one out. And I would guess to stay out of a double play, Schmidt will probably go in motion here because you can't throw down to second base. Seems like an easy enough decision for the Bombers. Growing does hold Schmidt on at first base. Here's the 1-0 pitch, grounded right side, but that's foul. 1 ball, 1 strike now.
Maltby also very careful here not to throw a pass ball in this game. That would that'd be a tough way to lose this one, as the Renegades have came back and tied it.
Shoup has gone strikeout, walk, walk, strikeout. Ball and player could potentially end this game. Infield now back a little bit more against the lefty hitting DH Shoup. Adam Webb waits on deck facing Maltby. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Runners at the corners in the bottom of the ninth, 4-4 game. Here's the pitch. It misses outside. It's now 2-1. You do have a base open, but Maltby's already got 5 walks, so if you load him up with 1 out, you're asking for trouble there. So 2 balls and a strike now. Need a strikeout, a pop-up, or a double play. That's asking for a lot, though. I'll take a ground ball pretty much right at one of the infielders. Maltby comes set. Quick glance towards the runner. Here's the 2-1 pitch. It's grounded foul to the right side, and now Maltby, who has 8 strikeouts, just needs 1 more here against Shoup to give him a chance to get out of this inning. Is 1 out. Run here wins the game and sends the Bombers home happy. Renegades looking to avoid loss number 6 in a row, and the most crucial point of the season, looking to lock down a playoff spot.
Maltby is digging deep here, talking to himself, trying to push him through this last inning.
2-2 pitch to Shoup. It's line left side foul. Good wood on it for Shoup, but he was very late. This would be some sort of magic act if Maltby can't get out of it. And even if he does with all the pitches, you can pretty much mark it down that this would be it if he finds a way to send us to the 10th.
Absolutely. Make sure he's got enough energy for the hopeful Monday wildcard game.
Well, the Renegades have been given a gift that the Griffins lost, so at the very worst, they'll still be 2 games up with 3 to play. 2-2 pitch coming to Shoup. He grounds it to the shortstop. Hopkins dives. He can't get the ball, and that's into the outfield. That'll walk him off, and the Bombers win it 5-4. Don't think they would have turned 2 anyway because it was hit too hard. I'll write that down as an infield single for Shoup, and that's a walk-off. Final score 5-4. Coming in to score from third was Dillman. Hopkins dove but just could not get the ball. And credit Renegades relief pitcher / starter Brady Maltby, who goes 4 2/3 innings, gives up 3 runs and the walk-off, but he gave the Renegades just about everything he had tonight.
Absolutely. He was digging down deep, talking to himself, trying to get himself amped up for that pitch. Executed. It was just a better piece of hitting to end this game.
Good hitting, like you mentioned there, by Shoup, who walks it off. So Maltby will take the loss, went 4 2/3, strikes out 8, walks 6, gives up 4 runs, 3 earns. And on the other side, the winning pitch will go to Antonio Escanza, who goes an inning and a third, strikes out 1 to go with 1 hit and no runs. Renegades did show a lot of fight late in this ballgame, especially in the 7th and 8th after being perfect game through the first 6. To come back at least shows that there is some, despite all the bad things that are going on right now, there is still some fight in this ball club.
We talked about it last night. You have to try to look for a bright spot in these losses here, and last night the bright spot was basically on the shoulders of Cole Wagner, and tonight I think the bright spot is being no hit into 6 innings can be tough, and then they come back and tie the ball game. Maltby looked amazing. You trust in him to be ready to go on Monday if they can make it, and hopefully we get a win tomorrow to push ourselves closer, and a lot of fight in this group, and I like what I saw tonight.
So 7 hits total for the Sedalia Bombers against the Jefferson City Renegades. 7 hits and 5 runs to win this thing 5-4. Renegades, like I said, had the 4 runs, and they had 3, 4. They had 7 hits as well. All 7 hits coming in the final 3 innings. So they showed a lot of fight. Brady Maltby takes the loss. Antonio Escanzo gets the win. And we'll just, with a road game, won't have too long of a post-game show. Renegades are walked off for the 2nd straight time. This one does not go extras, but still another long affair here at the ballpark. Although, just about, considering we had about the 25-minute delay, just about 3 hours from start to finish. And Renegades had to use Drew Voss, Jeremy Parks, and then Brady Maltby. So did just use 3 innings to go 8 1/3 innings. And the Sedalia Bombers used 4. And we do have to talk about, I think, although he doesn't end up getting the decision, Erison Jimenez, the first 6 innings perfect, finishes 6 in the third, 4 strikeouts and 2 runs. I mean, he was very deserving of a win here tonight. He was excellent.
Jimenez, for me personally, has been the best Mink League performance coming from a pitcher I've seen all year. Absolutely nasty. All of his stuff was working. His fastball, definitely a plus fastball, and was giving the Renegades a lot of trouble. So shout out Jimenez for the Bombers here for an incredible performance, and deserved the win tonight, as you said.
Couple key players for the Renegades on offense. Taylor Hopkins had a hit, scored a run. Same with Joe Hirschler. They got it done from the bottom of the lineup. Carter Gorling had an RBI single that brought the Renegades closer in the 7th. Cole Wagner sack fly after being down 0-2 in the 8th. Just a couple of the good at-bats the Renegades that they put together tonight. Just not enough, although they clawed back. Do want to say, though, Nevada did end up losing, correct? So Renegades still stay 2 games up with 3 to play. So still a whole lot to play for. But now 2 tough games against Joplin at home tomorrow and Friday.
Absolutely. Joplin, the number 1 seed in the South here, coming into Jeff City. Renegades could have to dig deep and try to find some wins here. You would hate to have your playoff season end up going into Chillicothe, a road game, a long road trip. So 2 home games tomorrow, hopefully getting home. Should be pretty big bullpen for the Renegades, because tonight with only using 3 pitchers. So hopefully we can dig deep, get a win at home, and get ready for Monday.
Well, that's going to just about do it for Bryce and I here tonight. It was a lot of fun once again to bring this to you, especially in the 7th and 8th when the Renegades really got rallying. We've had some good games. We've done 4 together in the 2 in Nevada. Last week were close ones. Last night 1 extra innings, and then tonight walk-off in the 9th. We're only 1 and 3 together, but a lot of good games, and hopefully that continues into the home games and then Chillicothe on Saturday. But for everyone listening, thanks for spending your Wednesday night with us. We'll be back on the air. The Show Me Sports Network will have Renegades and Outlaws for you just before 7 p.m. tomorrow night, or come out to the ballpark and join us at Vivian Fields for some fun with family and friends as the Renegades look to power their way into the playoffs. For Bryce Kriesel, I'm Ben Schmidt. Enjoy the rest of your Wednesday evening, everyone, and take care until we talk to you next. All right, this has been Renegades coverage on the Show Me Sports Network.
You've been listening to the biggest and absolute best game coverage in mid-Missouri on the exclusive home for Jefferson City Renegades baseball, the Show Me Sports Network and the Renegades Radio Network. The Show Me Sports Network broadcast crew are the ones that know your Renegades the best. Exclusive coverage of Jefferson City Renegades baseball has been brought to you by Animal Medical Center of Jefferson City, Avon with Michelle Carty, Boone County Journal, Centurion Cares, Christopher Scott, Farmers Insurance, Doc and Norm Direct, Eddie Goodell Society, Han Custom Laser Engraving LLC, Hoslog Landscaping and Design, Last Sentinel Firearms, Retrieving Freedom, River Oak Christian Academy, Sawdust Studios, State Tech of Missouri, and Walk Off Wood Bat Company. We hope you've enjoyed the broadcast. Join us anytime on the web at ShowMeSportsNetwork.com or find us on Facebook by searching the Show Me Sports Network. The Show Me Sports Network and the Renegades Radio Network, your exclusive home for Jefferson.
Serving fans throughout the Midwest and even more around the world, this is the Show Me Sports Network. The preceding was an exclusive broadcast property presentation of the Show Me Sports Network and was a high-fidelity all-digital broadcast. This broadcast is copyright by the Show Me Sports Network for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this broadcast without the Show Me Sports Network's written consent is prohibited.